Yo, 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 yo. My mic working? This last update. Yeah, okay, here we go. I see it. This last update messed with all my audio settings. So, yeah, what's going on? It's been a little bit since the last stream. Hoping to get back into it. Go see who's all in the chat. What's going on, Taryn? Give me a drink. What's going on, Darel? Yep. We got some Luchador updates to do based off of some feedback we did with the testing with my play group, and then we're also gonna be checking out Darel's class, the Psychic, because I'm gonna be using it for a one-shot to help test out over the weekend. So, yep, we're doing two things today. So this is this thing's getting close. I have features and everything with this class. I think now it's really looking and balancing the subclass. This is what the subclasses and getting them to feel right with the flavor. What I'm kind of feeling like I'm missing with some of them. I'm not hitting the right things. So I gotta pull up Discord because I have all my notes that I left myself for the stream, what I'm going to be looking at today for the subclasses. So let's see, where are my notes for the subclass? Okay, so when it comes down to all the subclasses, what we found out in testing, I played a mask of the People's Champion Luchador, and it worked really, really well. It felt good. So I got to try it myself and actually kind of, in a way, demonstrate what I wanted the class to do to my playgroup, since they've been the only ones actually playing it. So them seeing like all the little combo things I was attempting to allow them to do, it kind of blew up their mind a bit, and then they're just like, okay, now we know what we can do. On top of that, my cousin, who's a little bit more invested into the game as probably as much as I am, also found out in some little cheesy interactions that we didn't expect, and we found out that the mask of Tooth and Claw actually does too much damage. It's a little too strong, especially given that a lot of the unrestrictedness that you get from doing multiple signature moves a turn is where a lot of the damage output for the Luchador comes in. But the very fact that it is we did make the change from last time that it has to be based on a successful grapple attack or shove, did slow that down a bit to bring it a little bit more in line with what we're wanting. And then in addition to that, that's pretty much all where the actual damage output is. So I don't feel that we need to change the damage die for the Luchador. It's just more so with each subclass. It's really getting them to interact with signature moves in a way to force a certain play style, so you can kind of have a variance between what you're wanting to do. But we're finding that Mask and Tooth and Claw has too much damage output. And it's mainly because the big issue is whenever they grapple, I allow them to do additional damage, because I felt like that was some flavor thing of like, if you're a animal, you're sinking your claws, your teeth, or something into them. So as you're grappling them, you're doing additional damage. And then also, as long as you're knocking them prone, you could mount them and make an extra attack free. The combination of both of those, in addition to the unrestrictedness of like doing signature moves, just on one turn, he was pretty ridiculous. Like he pretty much took out half the HP of a tanky boy that we're fighting, which were like, yeah, that's a little too much. And it was also the consistent thing of him being able to do it a lot afterwards. So what I'm looking back is probably pulling back the extra attack and maybe some of the additional damage and just moving that elsewhere. When I was playing Mask of the People's Champion, it felt pretty damn good. Like, it felt pretty solid, but I did notice some dead time with the subclass feature. You're not really utilizing it if somebody is out of your space, and it doesn't apply to you. So it's like, it was mainly the idea of being a support luchador, where you're locking somebody down, and the fact that you're doing these impressive moves that you're boosting up the people around you. And it worked when it worked. But the very fact that you can't really use it on yourself and be a little bit more selfish at times, or just to be able to do something with it without the need of an ally. If you're in a position where an ally isn't close to you, that might a little bit of the feel bad. So I'm looking to at least fix that a little bit. What else do we got? Body Splash needs a complete rework. It's too good for the cheap cost that we have it at right now. So Body Splash right now is like, as long as you jump before making an attack, making an unarmed attack, you can expend 2 lucha die, and if the attack is successful, add the lucha die to the attack's damage roll, and it becomes grappled by you. And it's doing this because the idea is that you're body splashing on top of a person that is knocked prone. But if they were standing up, you knock them prone. The thing is, what was happening is there's no saves or anything involved with that. It was just all auto. You're just getting all this stuff for free. So it's just too good for what it does. The DM does need a chance. The only measurement feature that allows this is that if you don't make if you miss the attack, you also just take damage for pretty much hitting the floor. So, but there still needs to be some sort of save or something involved with this, or just a rework, because this is supposed to be like the stereotypical luchador, I'm jumping off and throwing my body at you maneuver, the big old splash. Other things I want to take a look at. So we're gonna put this yellow right here. No, I need a re-highlighter. Take a look at this. Yeah, all the contested checks still need to be here. Yeah. So I'm thinking of just getting rid of the grappled part, because I don't think that's even needed for Body Splash. And just make it, since this is going to be like your go-to bread and butter option, that there needs to be a contested check for being knocked prone. I don't think the grapple part is needed. Thank you, Jared, for subscribing. Thank you. All right, and then also, pull it up. Contested checks actually overcome legendary resistance if you win. That's true. That is true. Yeah, this is going to be one of those classes that going to be forcing them to roll. It's going to be interesting because as long as the 1D&D update happens and then unarmed strike changes to include shoving and grappling, it makes warding stuff a lot easier. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to with the update. But right now, it's part of the problem with grappling and then shoving and stuff, and then basing it all around off of your attacks, is that you're finding out combat can slow down a bit because there's just a lot of contested dice rolling between you and the DM. It's okay, Zeph. We just started. Yeah, and that's the problem. Yeah, it's super finicky because there's no way to shorten it up, just kind of streamline it. That's why I'm looking forward to the update, because getting this out and then a 1D&D Luchador update to follow a year or two after it, just to streamline some of the mechanics, can be sick. I'm looking forward to Jump, because the Jump actually changes a lot of things. All right, so we want to look at awe-inspiring, because it's when it works, like giving your buddies like a little bless effect, just giving them an extra D4 to kind of help out on small stuff because you're just so impressive, was fun, especially with a group full of bards, because the way the group set up, it was this one shot my buddy ran for us was our Halloween themed one shot. It was based off of El Santo contra los monstruos, which is a luchador, one of the most famous luchadores in Mexico, fighting monsters. So this was when he was going pretty much making films, and that was the whole idea. He was fighting all the classic Universal monsters in this film. So that's what the whole one shot was. So it was me and my cousin played Luchadores, and then we had another buddy of mine playing pretty much a ringside announcer, and then another buddy playing a referee. So it was like one of those things where and then we're fighting pretty much Dracula, the Mummy, werewolf, etc. And it was fun. Like but definitely was finding out, even with bards and having a bardic inspiration and then throwing this little bless on top of it, it just felt good when it worked. The only problem is when you don't have a target and you can't really use your move on yourself, it's just like it becomes a dead feature. So finding a way to give this feeling you're doing some superstar charisma driven move that draws people in, and then also be able to apply it. Originally, it was also you had the option of also invoking fear on an enemy, but we moved that idea to Grave Titan. So yeah, all strength checks based classes are going to need some overhauls for 1DD. I've been thinking about it for Vanguard. It's going to be a task. Yeah, because your for the Vanguard, right? The grappling and shoving is entirely revolve around the grappling shoving mechanics, and then if grappling and shove are all in unarmed strike now. Yeah, that's the next class I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play a Vanguard in another one shot coming up after this weekend. We're just doing nothing but one shots until beginning of next year now, because holidays are coming up. So if you guys have classes that need to get tested, I'm down to test and provide feedback. All right. Let's see. Last bit of notes before we kind of like dive in. Other thing I wanted to kind of like keep an eye on. Okay, we need to hold on. Mask of Tooth and Claw. We need to rework this entire feature. It just does too much damage. While it feels good, it just does a lot. So we just need to rework it. We need to find something else, and I'm tempted to move the additional damage into Dauntless Roar. Dauntless Roar is cool, and it's flavorful, but I don't think it really does much for informing a playstyle for this. The way I'm seeing the scaffolding for the Luchador, it's some sort of ribbon roleplay centered feature that kind of gets you involved with stuff either more in combat or outside of combat. So that's, you have that one, and then you have your main feature that is to inform the kind of playstyle and Luchador you want to do. Then your 6th level feature will be a defensive feature that either boosts up Ludo in a way, either changing how it works or just finding another way to have more defensive options. And then 11th is going to be like another upgrade or a double down on a playstyle. And then 15th level feature, I want this to be like your finishing move, something you want to get excited about when you level into a subclass. Is like you want to go to at least get to 15th level and be like, yeah, this is my big finisher. Yeah, I'm Winston. I actually played some Overwatch 2 last night. First time playing comp. It's been a while since I used Winston, but I had to switch back over to Reinhardt for a bit, and feels good, man. They being able to be a more aggressive tank in that game is awesome. Are you able to unarmed strike as a bonus action as a luchador? Yes, you do. So the way you do it, let me go up really quick. You have to make a successful grapple check against a hostile creature, and then as a bonus action, you can make an attack with an unarmed strike or improvised weapon. So I'm thinking for Dauntless Roar to replace that and move one of these features into here. Yeah, Reinhardt was holding it down last night. Then I got a little bit of DPS into. Got to bust out Reaper for a little bit, shutting down some Roadhog. That was awesome and fun. All right, so yeah, we're on to look at this one, and then the last thing, we're probably gonna skim looking at these, but I do want to take a look at Mask of the Feathered Serpent, and then also Mask of the Grave Titan. The big two things I want to do with these is make sure they pass the flavor and playstyle check. I think they both hit flavor, but I'm not sure they both hit playstyle. So I want to make sure, like, yeah, these two, because I think these two subclasses specifically are going to be the most flavorful and probably the most eye-catching ones I think players will probably want to gravitate to. Feathered Serpent, I want it to be the high flyer luchador that is about getting into the air and jumping off stuff. And then, yeah, Grave Titan is your Undertaker, the big burly luchador that's just slamming people down. Oh, I'm down to just, yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Nice seeing you guys, Farland. We'll hold this crit. Okay, SDM. I'm down to co-op. Don't even worry about letting me down. We can just play. I don't even play comp a lot. Last night was the first time I played comp. I can just, like, I can sit there and heal. I'm down to also just play quick play. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of healer lately. Been doing quick play, so Myra has been my jam, being a little bit of DPS and being able to heal too. So I try to be well rounded and have at least a couple picks in every role. But yeah. So yeah, these last two subclasses, I will just want to make sure the flavor and playstyle match up together. I think Grave Titan is a little bit more in line with what I'm wanting to do. The one I'm worried about really is Mask of the Feathered Serpent, because I'm not sure the initial third level feature is the, like, says yes, you need to be jumping off stuff and hitting stuff. Oh, but by the way, just want to say report on this level, because we played the level 10 one shot last weekend. High flyer here, so good when you can get it set up and actually jump off stuff, even if it's just like an additional, just like 10 feet or something. Felt good, man. Just like jumping off and just knocking somebody down. Yeah, and this thing is just, it's cool if the DM really sets stuff up, but as a player, like, this kind of feature, it is a damage improving feature, but you do need to look around. And the one thing I'm liking after playing the class, it forces you to really rethink how to look at the battlefield a little bit, and also try things you normally wouldn't try with a fighter, barbarian, or monk. Especially with a monk and fighter, they get, no, not the monk and fighter, the fighter and the barbarian, you do get really locked into, like, yep, I'm gonna go up to the guy and then use my attack action. That's it. And you're not really worried too much about your placement or the battlefield all that too often, depending on your build. Majority of the time, it's like, especially barbarian, I go in there, I reckless attack, have great weapon master, and I'm just gonna keep focusing on the big tanky. I'm big boss guy. Fighter can be somewhat of the same way, unless they're a range build. But this is like, you're gonna go look and try to lock down and bully one person, or you're gonna look at the battlefield and what can I jump off of, and what can I combo off with my signature move to be able to do more damage and keep bullying this one person. It felt really, really good. Excuse me. So yeah, high flyer, if there was a way to bring that up sooner, but it's just so good. It felt good, like being able to use that and actually look at the terrain and be like, yep, I'm gonna jump off this, even if it's for an additional 5 feet. So yeah, so we got some things to look at. I think the easiest thing we should take out and take a look at is body splash. So if you jump before attacking a creature with an unarmed strike, you expend 2 lucha die. If the attack is successful, add the lucha die to the attack's damage roll and be Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this part. We don't need the grapple. The whole idea was to knock them down. Actually, it wasn't even to knock them down. The whole idea was to really hit a person that is prone, and this is you pinning them. But we don't need to do that. We want this to kind of be the first go at bread and butter. Yeah, the first go at a bread and butter option for high flying maneuvers. So like some of these are kind of set up in a way where you can pick a high flying option at 2 lucha die, 3 lucha die, 4 lucha die, right? And there's going to be other grapples are going to kind of in the same vein. There's like at least a grapple at 2 lucha die 3 and 4, and then slams 2, 3, and 4. So wondering if it's just taking out this. If you jump before attacking a creature with an unarmed strike, you can expend 2 lucha die. If the attack is successful, add the lucha die to the attack's damage roll. The creature must make a strength saving throw. If they fail, they are knocked prone. Okay. I also want this to be able to use against a creature that is prone. So, and if the creature is standing, they must make a strength saving throw, and if they fail, they are knocked prone. Okay, cool. This puts it more in line with what I needed to do. We needed to be able to pretty much be a baby high flyer move. So that also, like, if you want to go full high flying, you can also take a senton at the next level, or at 3 lucha die, which is in a similar vein. If you jump before attacking a creature with an unarmed strike, you can expend 3 lucha die. If the attack hits, you add damage. You don't provoke opportunity attacks from the creature for the rest of the turn. The creature's knocked prone if they are standing. We probably should change this also. The cool thing is with this one, the way I looked at how people do senton, it's a mixed bag. So some of them, what I mean by mixed bag, they do go prone, or they flip over, and then because they're trying to land on people you're trying to land on people or use your back as a weapon. So a lot of the time too, they would land on them and then roll and just pretty much land on the feet and walk off. So I was like, okay, well, you could spend additional lucha die to kind of do what you would do with body splash. But since you're spending more lucha die, you don't get knocked prone. Yeah, playing with it if it's prone thing is some interesting space. Get to 5. Oh, dang. What up, Eric? Give to 5 Explore memberships to viewers. What's up? Thank you, sir. And Steven's in here too. Getting the crew in here. Yeah. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I'm so happy YouTube started adding that function in. Members. Hey. So yeah. So I think with senton we'll do the same thing. If you jump the attack, yada yada yada. And we'll add the same thing. The only difference will be is that because you're spending an additional lucha die, you're not going to be knocked prone. Higher risk, higher reward sort of situation. Yeah, I've been wanting to stream more. Just finding stuff to stream. That's the thing. D&D is a little, honestly, it's kind of dry. And then one D&D stuff, while it's good to talk about, after a while it becomes the same. So maybe when Dragonlance pops out, I'll do some Dragonlance stuff. I want to dive into that. I just got paid, so I'm probably going to get the pre-order just so I can get the digital 2 weeks out. So hold on. Ooh. Would the bonus action unarmed strike be more reliable if it was after unarmed strike instead of grapple or shove? It would synergize with 1D&D as well. The reason, at least, so 2 things. First thing, I'm not worried about 1D&D yet. And the reason I'm not worried about 1D&D yet, because we don't know what's finalized. So I know in a lot of public spaces, people are taking 1D&D as very, like, this is the next edition. But we don't know. People could, like, online space and stuff can be geared towards a specific direction on what people think, and then the casual crowd could vote a completely other way around and completely just blow us out of the water. That's how we got the fighter for 5e. So, like, during the D&D Next playtest, fighter had maneuvers built into its kit, and then the casual crowd said, nah, we don't want that. We want the fighter to be more basic. And then you get a new influx of new players, and everybody's like, hey, the fighter would be cooler if they had maneuvers, you know? And we can get into another situation right there. So I'm just not going to build around 1D&D yet. We're going to build around 5e, and then whatever next update comes out, then we can relook at Luchador and then get it updated for the next edition. And then 2, the reason we have it based off of grapple, it's actually a thing to allow you at early levels to continue to do damage, since damage doesn't scale like in other classes, specifically the monk. The damage dice scales with the monk. It continues to grow as it levels. In the Luchador, it doesn't. It stays a 1d6 because the scaling is going to be in your signature moves. So the whole idea is, if you grapple at first level, you're not stuck at just grappling it. At least you can use your bonus action, at least get an extra d6 in. And the same thing, once you get extra attack, you're still at least doing 2 attacks a turn, potentially. Oh yeah, that's one thing. I don't know if I would want to do an actual play, or at least a live stream actual play. I have an idea. I think I pitched it to Eric a long time ago, how I would approach doing live, like actual play content, and mainly go to a podcast and then a visual format, which would use a lot of animation and editing. It would cost a lot of money because I would want to hire a lot of artists. So, yeah. The Lunar Sorcerer has some interesting ideas, but based off of the little preview that they kind of leaked out, I'm on a wait and see. I want to see how they actually pull it off, because they talked about mechanics in that preview. It's up on D&D Beyond, but they didn't really like show us some of the stuff. I like being able to Sacred Flame 2 people at once. That's pretty fun. That looks sick. But yeah, so that's why the unarmed strike is the way it is. To answer your question, Zeph. So it's mainly to allow you to continue to do damage and not feel like you're falling behind your other classes. This will currently use the 5e athletics check grapple. Pretty much I won't touch 1D&D stuff until whatever happens with the update. So yeah, we're gonna focus on 5e, because they could pull a fast one and be like, yeah, we're just gonna stick with some of the old stuff still. So that can be a thing. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. The same thing too. The total boomkin. Maybe take a. What if it was a grapple shove or unarmed strike? It's funny you mentioned that. I was thinking replacing Dauntless Roar, adding the additional option to instead of getting the extra attack here that you would get for Feral Assault, putting that at level 11 to kind of inform the pouncing playstyle that I want from this. I want this guy to kind of go in, spear somebody, body splash somebody, knock them prone, beat them up while they're on top of them, and then bounce off of them. That's what I want for Tooth and Claw. It's a playstyle. Just somebody kind of a striker kind of playstyle for this one. So yeah. So let's go. Give me a sec. I just want to copy pasta some of these other things here because we did change some stuff. Here, jump before attacking creature. Need to just take a look at Senton. No, it's just a crown from this. This is a hat from Threadless. It's one of the hats they have. It's just a crown. Oh yeah. I'll have to pit when I get a chance, Taryn. I'll pitch you the idea. I know I pitched it to Eric a while ago. I don't know if he remembers, but I'll pitch you the idea of what I had in mind for a potential actual play, at least with the visual format for YouTube. It wouldn't even be live. It would I would treat it more like a podcast. But I have some ideas that would just need a lot of artists. What we want is this. Okay. So I just want to look at Senton really quick. If you jump before attacking a creature, the attack hits. Okay. So I just need to see something right here. Okay. We might need to put like a little thing at the bottom for this one, or just to inform people like, yeah, if the attack hits, you're not knocked prone. You get to walk it off. Specifically with Senton. This one specifically says you're only knocked prone if you miss the attack. Okay, and then Moonsault is like the finisher one. All right, let's jump into Mask of the People's Champion. So I want to go over the subclass for this one a bit. So this is supposed to be the bread and butter option, like your basic lucha. I don't know if it actually fits the bill. Because the idea originally in my head, I was like, oh, what if it would be cool if, you know, you're sitting there grappling somebody and there's this aura that goes around you because you're just so cool. And that buffs the people around you because they're inspired by you because you're just grappling and shoving and beating the crap out of one person. That was the original idea. But yeah, it's gonna cost money. Oh, dude, Maxwell's art is ridiculous. It's so good. But yeah, doing full custom art, avatars, and everything for everybody. Ooh, Prolaria Blows. I thought about that. That actually might be a good idea. I just need to make sure that it does the play style. What I mean by striker, it's somebody that goes in like the rogue. The rogue and the monk have the what I consider the striker playstyle, but it's also called skirmisher, where they go in, do an attack, and then they bounce out. And that's pretty much kind of what I want Tooth and Claw to feel like. Out of combat, you can help track and hunt and do survival stuff a little bit, and just be the party scout. And then in combat, I want you to be like, okay, I'm gonna pounce on one person, take them out, bounce out, go into the next target, take them out, keep going back and forth. Just a good old harasser. What's going on, Phil? Thank you. Oh, and now that I see that people are here too, forgot to mention, contest is on the channel. You guys have until next Thursday. I'm giving away a book on D&D Beyond for free as a thank you for hitting the 5K. So go ahead and enter. All you got to do is make sure obviously you're subbing. You have a D&D Beyond account because you're going to need it, so I can actually gift you the book that you chose, and then you just comment and answer the question, what's your favorite D&D monster and why. There's a link onto the video at the top. You can check it out after the stream, or you can click over and come back. Yeah. I still want you to do your high art a day you standing in a dark room and with only a single dim bulb and a microphone, looking directly into the camera, never moving, covered in crowd. That is not what I said, but that is creepy. Why would you get crow blood? I'm pretty sure you can get cow blood really quick, easy. Definitely pig's blood in certain markets around here. Crow blood. Poor birds. Poor burbs. Okay, so with this subclass, what I'm looking to do, we need to do something for ourselves. So, bros, we do need to do something for ourselves, so that this feature isn't dead all the time. So it's great that we're giving a bless to an ally whenever we do something awesome. Pretty much whenever we're doing a signature move, really. So whenever you're grappling or shoving your creature. So, and the reason I'm tempted just to change it to signature move. I am tempted just to change it straight to a signature move, because the idea why I put grappling and shoving your creatures, so whenever you do these things, so that if you didn't have Lucha Die, you could still do your subclass feature. But I'm tempted. Trying to think, what can we do? And if limiting it to only signature moves would be still okay. I just saw your message on Discord, Eric, asking for crow's blood, a large amount. All right, so what I'm thinking, I like the bless, and that could work. I don't want to give us bless. We could, it's kind of boring, but what if it's a signature move with a line of sight? I don't think the line of sight thing would change it too much at all, because the general idea is like you're kind of giving off this aura. That was the original idea. You're getting off of this aura and the people around you. The original one was this. Original idea was while you're grappling a creature, creatures surrounding you can add your charisma bonus to checks, whatever. It's pretty much was got to be the aura from the paladin, but with the condition that you had to be grappling somebody. That was the general idea. But then it evolved into this, because I was like, yeah, but there's a reason the paladin aura is at the level it's at. And I can't just give it that up in the front, like up front for subclass. But so this the only other option is boring though. It's really boring. If we turn this into a guiding bolt situation. So when you successfully perform a signature move, the next attack dealt to that creature has advantage. It's boring. It's very, very boring. And I don't feel like that hits the flavor at all. Other option would be maybe go in the same route that we'd go with other classes, subclasses that have like multiple options that you can choose from. I know the Ranger has this. Beyond. Something how the Ranger has whenever you use one of your attacks, boom, and then you could choose one of these options once per turn when you make the attack. So it can be the same situation. Whenever you perform a signature move, you can choose one of these so that you have the option to do the bless effect, or you can do something else. Thanks, man. Thank you for coming in as always, and thank you for dropping the five subbies. Thank you. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Maybe something like this, changing it a little bit to give a little bit more options. Maybe if it's just two. It still doesn't play into the idea that this is your bread and butter like standard lucha. It's more of a support lucha, but maybe giving the option not for additional damage, but something that you do yourself, because that's one of the things I notice with this. And since our additional damage is always going to come from our signature moves, I don't always feel that we need more damage on this. Even though when players read this, they're like, oh, extra die as a marshal to do damage. I want to do that. But hey, what's going on, Rich? What is going on? So I'm thinking the stream is going. It is going well. Let's do something like this. Do this cost platform once in each of your turns. What's going on, Krieg? The class is going. We have all subclasses. Each subclass has a feature. Pretty much it is playable from levels 1 to 20. Right now we're kind of looking back at some of the subclasses after getting some feedback testing to kind of modify them a bit to make sure they hit flavor but also playstyle and balancing. Feral Assault is the one I'm going to look on next if I can figure out something right here for awe-inspiring. The one I'm keeping an eye on is going to be Body Block. One, I want a different name for it, but also maybe look for a different feature. Maybe something that expands Doodle. A little bit, something. I know, what's it called? Mr. Zephyrum brought up a thing in the Discord that he really liked how Bestial Swift played with Doodle and added an additional feature when you activate it. And originally I thought, well, because I tend to like subclasses that actually play with the class mechanic a bit. That's why I'm hoping, I think, which fighter subclasses was the tanking one? That, I think it was Banneret, that plays with Action Surge and Second Wind a bit to do tanking options. And I really like how it did that, despite it not being that good, because you kind of wait a while to do some of the basic tanking stuff you get at other classes. But I always like that kind of design of like playing with class features and modifying them in a way to use them differently and still feel flavorful. So, but the only reason I do it because I didn't want each subclass to also feel the same in the same way. Where like, yep, you know, you're gonna be a doodle, you know, you're gonna use this. Oh, favorite, we got bots. Remove. Yeet. Oh, reports. Yeah, I thought about that too, Rich. That's pretty much what Doodle is supposed to be, like the no cell idea. And I'm thinking of just changing body block to no cell and maybe looking at the mechanics a little different to kind of give that no cell idea. Because right now this is an older feature idea that I had was you reduce damage dealt to you by the number of lucha die you have. Wait, I want to talk with girls in my city. Then you need to go outside, sir. That's where all the women are at. So yeah, I'm still gonna play with this. I know. Oh, that reminds me. Let me go up here really quick. I want to try something new with Doodle. I think we are able to remove too much damage. So all you're saying I need to do is touch grass? Yes. If you want to talk with women in your city, you gotta touch grass. I know it's shocking, but you gotta touch grass. Doesn't mean those talks will be successful. It just means you have the chance to talk with women. Okay. Cool. All right, here we go. All right, let's go back. So, trying to think. Because awe-inspiring... So what I'm trying to do with awe-inspiring, we do need an option at least we can do for ourselves. And mainly... All right. I think I'm going to go back to the old idea. So originally awe-inspiring was shock and awe. All right, I'm getting messages right now. Okay, cool. Zero medio. Gonna have to open up another. Hold on. I don't even remember this being on the lo-fi. We'll do some chiptune. Zero miedo. My Spanish messed up. Okay. So maybe. So I had an old idea with awe-inspiring. It originally was called shock and awe. So, cero medio. Okay, here we go. No fear. Ooh. That's not a bad idea. That's actually pretty good. No fear. Oh, but... Oh. Maybe. Oh, that would actually pretty cool to change that to Valiente. That's kind of the same idea. Nuke the bot. Yeah. Okay. We'll stick with no cell right now. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I got no cell. Okay. Okay. It originally was called Shock and Awe. So the original idea was when you're going to be awe-inspiring somebody, you were going to do a heroism effect where they get some a little bit of what's it called? They were going to get a little bit of temporary HP, and then they were going to be resistant to fear effects for at least for a turn, or they have advantage on making fear saving throws. And then the shock idea was that you're going to post fear on somebody. I think we can play with the idea with shock and awe again instead of awe-inspiring. Give you two options, and we're going to go with Bliss and Bane. Is Blanca from Street Fighter or Nork? No, he's just a Brazilian child. I want to say Blanca's real name is Jimmy. Okay. Ooh. Actually, Taryn, while I work on this one, I can actually send you the document. Okay. We're going to anyone with a link, because I've been wanting you to I was trying to get this one ready because this is like more the closer to final. Yeah, Jimmy. Blanca's name is Jimmy, and I will send you the link to this one right now. If you could take a look at Mask of the Feathered Serpent. I haven't put that one yet. I want to. I settled on 4, but I have like other ones I want to do. I have a tag team idea that a tag team mask that you can create a shadow, kind of like an Echo Knight-ish thing, but not without all the teleporting crap. And yeah, I wanted to do a elemental one, and I was looking at Blanca. Okay, let me know if this works. Sent you over this one. But yeah, Mask of the Feathered Serpent. I think it's that one. Because that's the one I think you and I both were like, yeah, this one's sick. But we're kind of just like, it changed a lot since you last saw it. It was like you saw the general idea of it. Because yeah, I'm struggling with the play style of this one. I like the mechanics, I like the flavor, but the play style of I don't think I want that high flyer play style, and I think I only achieve that like towards 6th level and 11th level. Whirlwind Coil is just kind of like a range grapple. All right, so while Terran looks at that, we're gonna change this to shock and awe. So once on your turns, if you're immediately after you hit a creature with a signature move, I'm gonna give you 2 options instead, so at least it's never blank. That's really the idea, that it's never blank. Once each of your turns, you can High flyer Aarakocra. Good thing there's built-in insurance against flying creatures, so that ain't gonna be happening. Okay, cool. When you perform, oh, we're getting in the comments right now. And feet of you. Okay, till target the start of your next turn or target you can see within 10 feet of you. Makes an attack roll or saving throw. They can add a D4 to that roll. Shock and then, or shock on shock. Your next turn. Uh, 1 million to both. No, I'm doing 4 subclasses and I'm eyeing 4 subclasses, 1 core class, obviously. Right now, and probably like around 8, and then continuing updating it with subclasses afterwards. That's the general idea. Immediately after, I want to get the unmasked option out, but I need some time to actually work on it. But I want to get at least these core 4, and then work on the Oathbreaker version of this class out. So yeah, till the start of your next turn. Till the start of your next turn, the next attack roll, saving throw. Thank you. This is all stream beat. 37 special. Oh heck no, dude. I probably will continue to add special moves. The problem with a lot of wrestling moves is they're variant names of the same move, or they're too specific, or they're actually banned in Lucha Libre. Like, power drivers are banned, so I can't really add a power driver if I want to stay within flavor and within like actual lore stuff. So yeah, so I want to keep it like this class is very much a tribute to Lucha Libre and Luchadores, but also my love for fighting games. So it's like it's a combination of both. And because the fantasy behind the mask, it ties back to like superheroes and like kind of fighting games, and a lot. It's this character that they're taking on, this aspect. So that's what I'm trying to hit to. Is like, yeah, there's a heroic fantasy behind having that mask. Yeah, I want to add more later because yeah, that actually, Steven, you said the exact same thing. You could for the unmask, and that's my plan. The idea for the unmasked luchador is they're going to be the dirty fighter. They break the rules, like they don't care, and they're the disgraced oathbreaker class. So they're going to be cheap shots and stuff. Yeah, they're going to get a special signature move called Pile Driver. That's what I want to give them. So yeah, awe. There's going to be two options: awe, and then there's going to be shock. And then we're going to dive into the comment set. Turn left right here. Sick. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll dive into them right now. So yeah, so with shock and awe, we're gonna go back to the idea, but I'm gonna mess with the bless and bane idea, where you can pretty much give a D4 to the next roll somebody makes, and then you're gonna bane somebody else. You can choose one of those options. Till the start of your next turn, when the next okay. Whenever a target creature you can see within 10 feet of you makes their next... Okay. That's the wording. Cool. Cool. All right, so that's the idea. We're just gonna fix all this grammar. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this once per turn. So now it's gonna be shock and awe. We're gonna change it to, instead of awe-inspired, we'll go back to shock and awe. This idea that you can bless or bane somebody after performing a signature move. Super simple. So you'll get a free signature move. All the subclasses get an additional signature move. So by the end of the... At this point, you can easily make your own TTRPG based on Lucha. They already have one. They got one. So yeah, we changed how the because Terrence suggested that we needed more signature moves to perform. I wasn't giving you guys enough, so I looked at the rollout for the Artificer and how they get I believe they get infusions. So we're trying that one out, but you're always going to have one more listed than what you're having here. So all at third level, all subclasses get an additional signature move. It doesn't count against the ones you know, but it goes from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10. You're pretty much going to get like most of them. Good solid round choice of them. And also, technically you're going to have 12 because the final feature that you get for your subclass is pretty much a finishing signature move. Could it be once a turn for each option, so at later levels you can do both? I was going to do once a turn for this whole feature. That wouldn't be a bad idea, though, to eventually just, maybe at 6th level, could change Superstar into that, to be able to do both, or add that. Not a bad idea. Okay. Until the start of your turn, whenever a target creature you can see within 10 feet of you makes an attack roll, it can add a d4 to that roll. Until the start of next turn, whenever a target creature you can see within 10 feet of you makes its next attack roll or saving throw, it can subtract a d4 from that roll. Rudo needs a feature called Sandbag. This is a turn when wrestlers do not cooperate. This will give advantage on all grappling and straining checks. Ooh. I had a feature idea called Low Blow, that they're just going to be like busting to China and just, you know, going behind people and just hit him in the nuts. So we're going to play with this one. I believe my buddy is running this subclass. I'll talk to him and see, because he's going to play a Luchador in tomorrow's one shot. So we're going to see. Okay, I want to go into one. Woo! Okay, cool. Okay. I think Karen's still working on it, so I'll go look at the comments. Oh, well, in a second. You guys can see him here on the side. Yep. Yeah, fighting initiate, taking unarmed strike or unarmed fighter would be good. Here's the thing, and I forgot to tell my cousin this. He took it for the one shot. Technically, you can't. So I believe, if I'm correct. Let me go back. Okay. Fighting styles. Or what is it? What's the feat? It's the feat. Pashas. Because he took the feat for it to get the fighting styles from the fighter. Let's go with the feat. Oh, okay. It must. Yes, we'll change that right now. But I want to say, what is it called? We're gonna look this up. Fighting initiate. So here's the thing. He took this feat, and then I'm looking at Luchador. Weapons, simple weapons and improvised weapons. You must be able to proficient with martial weapons to take this feat. I didn't burst his bubble on it. We just rolled with it. But yeah, you can't. What's going on, Salty? Thanks for dropping in. Saw you posting in the Discord today. So yeah, so it would be good, but you just need to find a way to get martial weapon access to be able to do this. But I think on average you're probably going to be doing maybe an additional 1-2 more damage, maybe. So it'll feel good, but it also might not be necessary. I think getting a high... This class really is going to benefit from getting expertise on athletics for grappling a shove, at least at this point, but also raising your strength to max as possible. I think currently only one martial weapon, easy. Yep. There's gonna be there's gonna be certain races that do get martial weapon access right now, so you can still do it. So I think a dwarf and elf have some of their sub races have access to martial weapons, or maybe all of them. So they're still gonna be possible. So that let's go to handbook. Yeah, let's see. Dwarfino. Dwarf traits. Let's see. Dwarf combat training right here. Oh, Warhammer and battle axe. Pretty much I don't have expertise built into the kit. It's one of those things that I'm just going to allow players to get the feat for that. I think I did the same thing you did with the Vanguard because I really liked that idea to give them advantage, but on a creature that's smaller than them. Yeah, so I loved how you did it with the Vanguard. I was like, oh, I'm like, there solves my barbarian dip issue. Because I was like, man, they could just take a level in a barbarian and they're a better luchador. I was like, that sucks. So I was like, okay. And then you were messing with that feature, and I was like, oh shit, that actually works for luchador too. And that was what ends up becoming Fuerte. So that's what the Fuerte is. So yeah, that ends up becoming that, and you just kind of grow. Since we're playing at level 10, I got to body slam a huge creature last week on the one shot. It was hilarious. Nothing like clotheslining something and then you know, suplexing something out that's way bigger than you. Fucking awesome. I think it was a zombie golem. So that's why level 17. Going after Taras, baby. It's I don't know if you guys have played Metacritic Rising. It's kind of, there's a couple of scenes because that game is a full meme, and where a Raiden can pretty much suplex the Metal Gears. And it's pretty much what you're gonna be doing at level 17. You're just grabbing a toe of a Tarask and then lifting that bitch. So yeah. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, body splash is now fixed. So I actually need to send this newer one to my buddy. Okay, so with Feral Assault, this is a Mask of Tooth and Claw. Let's change this. Feeling like they were all out of super armor and shields, just being a bully. Yeah. Yeah. And what I've been seeing and testing firsthand, having my friends play this, because my friends are not super rules adverse. Like they just not rules adverse. They're just not versed in the rules, and they're very much a casual crowd. So they kind of keep me in check a little bit, because being in this content creator space and being involved in a lot of different communities, people are very targeted in how they speak and talk, and the viewpoint of they talk about this game. My buddies don't care. They just want to go hang out with each other, drink beer, and shoot the shit and play D&D. But seeing the cogs in their head work and have to think differently when playing this subclass and be like, oh, I can jump off of this. Oh, I can go grapple this. How do I set up this? It's been awesome to see. And it's like, okay, the pieces are working. The puzzle pieces are together. So now it's just making sure that the coat on those puzzle pieces fit. Like they're nice and shiny and ready to go. At 10th level, a Durgar could enlarge, reduce themselves to count as a gargantuan, couldn't they? Yeah. And that's sick. If you want to go full Ultraman and go ham and be a Durgar. I think they can enlarge, and then they would need enlarge, reduce. Because the size changing thing for grappling doesn't actually change your size. It just, you count as a creature of that size when you only when it comes to grappling and shoving. But it doesn't actually change your size. So that's the thing to keep in mind. You would just need to be able to get up to those sizes to get all the rules for it. Also, coincidentally, it's a nice fix for small races, because that was the one thing I was concerned about, that small races were going to get left in the dust. But now you can be a mini. You want to be a little goblin or halfling Lucha. Yeah, Durgar, Rune Knight, and then a buddy give you enlarge, reduce. I still needed to work on that build. I've been wanting to do a Durgar, Rune Knight, Apache Chief build. Giant Man. Okay. So, we need to fix Feral Assault. We do too much damage with this subclass. I know it's exciting, but what I looked at the Luchador, damage isn't really its issue. I don't think the new Durgar stacks, to be honest. Durgar. Sir, I just want I want these monsters. I want the race. Okay, it no longer stacks. You cast enlarge reduce spell now. Oh, yeah, Krieg. That's funny because a lot of the comments I've seen regarding the class is like, isn't that just a monk? Isn't that just a barbarian? Nope. You can do a lot. Literally can take any motif, any gimmick, any face or heel character from any wrestling, and you could do that as a subclass. All right. Cool. Then let's jump to Feathered Serpent while I think how I really have to sit and think about Hero Assault right now, because the biggest thing, this thing just deals too much damage. It has a lot of flavor, but it does too much damage already with the amount of signature move stuff we're pulling off. So I gotta think. I want to move something around here. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of Dauntless Roar. The roar mechanic is cool, but I don't feel that it gives the playstyle that I want out of this. So I'll change that. Okay, cool. All right, let's go. While I think on this, because mainly we're good with Body Splash, signature move, your unarmed strike steal. Okay. We're gonna do this. Or maybe. Okay, hold on. We gotta undo. Hold on, we're gonna undo. I think I just fixed this one. When you successfully knock a creature prone, this is like the quick fix. Losing the extra damage and forcing that extra attack to be put in here. Forcing you to really want to knock people prone. I think we can get a boost somewhere around here instead of Dauntless Roar getting another idea that reinforces that pouncing playstyle. Thanks for stopping by, Rich. You have a good one. You take care. Glad to see you coming around again, buddy. Yeah, Dauntless Roar doesn't inform this pouncing playstyle. I'm even thinking Bestial Swiftness can change because it is limited to Duro. So you have to react to people hitting you to be able to bounce out. Ooh. Hold on. They're doing a bridal shower for my fiance tomorrow, and my buddies, they're asking me to inform my fiance that their wives are RSVPing. Where's the link to the Google Doc? Give me a sec. I can actually send it to you because this is like the new doc. So this is the new one. Yeah. Yep. Let's look at that right now. I remember looking at it. I believe the pounce stuff they had for this one. Oh, Barbarian, Beastie Boy. Is it? Yeah. Hold on. Beast. Claw. Is it this one? You could. Yeah, I'm thinking either bludgeoning or slashing, switching it up. Switching it up, I realized like luchadores beat the hell out of skeletons, man. They don't not like skeletons. That's right, Steven. It is late for you too. Well, who needs sleep? Let's see. Check out the barbarians. Okay, I believe. Let's see. Okay, this is their claw stuff. Once on each of your turns, when you attack with a claw using the attack action, you can make one additional claw as a part of the same action. That was the initial idea. We found that was too good. Too good with when it comes to signature moves and stuff like that. Like you're just adding too much damage. Plus the bonus damage when you were grappling. So we just got rid of all that and make it part of a bonus attack just to. All right. Is it this one though? Or is it optional features? Oh, here we go. As a part of the bonus action to enter your rage, you can move up to half your speed. Instinctive pounce. Maybe, okay, during your first turn of combat, you can move an additional 10 feet and do not provoke opportunity attacks. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. When you roll initiative, you can move up to half your speed and do not provoke opportunity attacks. Ooh. I like that one. I like that suggestion. Yeah, because the only problem with it, I know Zephyrum liked the idea of using Doodle. The only problem I had with this was the fact that you had to wait to be able to kind of dip out. Oh man, stuff's going down on my fiance's work. Oh. Okay. Okay, when you roll initiative, you can move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that one. There we go. Now I'm just thinking, like, doodle. Should there be a doodle clause in here? Or just leave it as, like, super simple as is? Yeah, we're gonna change Dauntless Roar. I want to do something different for that one to really reinforce that playstyle. We might not have to. No, hold on. We might not have to. I'm trying to think. We want to reinforce that. Like, this is supposed to be like our I guess your damage buff level too, a little bit. So I'm wondering with Dauntless Roar what to change this to. We never got a chance to actually use it and test it, but just looking at what I'm wanting this to do, this didn't feel... So what you're saying, Emerson, is you want to make a Battletoad. Because it just deals... Oh, let's look at our Froggy Boy. Grung. Grungies. Okay. Any creature that grapples you or otherwise comes into direct contact with your ship must succeed on a DC Constitution saving throw or become poisoned for a minute. You'll apply that poison, but okay. I don't think it's going to be OP. You got to remember, poison is highly resisted, especially at later levels. It's the weakest damage type and condition in the game. And also, it's only a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. The Constitution, especially with like some of the stuff you probably are going to be grappling, they probably have strong saving throws against Constitution sometimes. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, you're hitting the nail on the head, Taryn. That's exactly why I didn't. It's not. It doesn't line up with what I wanted to do. The flavor is missing. Dudo is too reactionary. And this subclass needs to be a little bit more proactive. You're kind of like this, since you're going to be pouncing in and out, the skirmisher, the idea is like you're a predator. Ooh. That gives me an idea for the 11th level feature, because I don't... Dauntless Roar's flavor. But I'm wondering... Yeah. Yep. That's kind of more that, yeah, more like that. I'm wondering... That could be the... If the budget fits into 6th level, I'm down to put it there. Because I can also see it at 11th level of like... You're doing Doodle, you can move away. Or you pretty much get an extra, like you get a quick swipe in and then you can bounce. Make him bounce out. But go here. Boom. Oh, so we have it in here. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that too. Yeah, because it's like after that, it's like, yeah. So probably get, yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, let me jump down to it. I got to think on Dauntless Roar. I want something else there, but I'm just trying to figure out. I want something that Okay, cool. Okay, so Feathered Serpent, Whirlwind Coil. The idea for that one was pretty much range grapple, but it doesn't inform any sort of playstyle for this. Originally, I wanted this the high flyer idea. I think the original subclass feature was whenever you jump or something, that you lower the cost of your lucha die for your signature moves based off of how every 10 feet. But that ends up becoming skydive. So I thought that would be just better later on. And this was me trying to fill in and figure out like wind moves, because I was watching a lot of gameplay of Cuckoo Clan on Smite. So I was trying to like, okay, how to merge the playstyle I want and the wind power. This sort of sets me up to think the creature might wind up getting knocked into the air like a sudden gust of wind that might cause them to take falling damage on the knockup. First thing that comes to mind is Jingwei from Smite, but Cuckoo Clan is the mind god of wind in that game that has lots of wind thematics. I think the wind thematics might make me think it should be more of a controller via position manipulation through wind you already have. This is where. Branch out. Okay. Ooh, let's look at Yanti. Yanti, what languages do they know? I don't know. Yanti. Language. Oh wait, hold on, they're not gonna. Here we go. Legacy content? I have this. What is this? What is this? So here's the problem with D&D Beyond. So even if you have access to the legacy content, sometimes it just kicks you to that stupid splash page. Okay, here we go. Languages. I just want to know a list of all known languages. I don't know if Yanti have their own language, but I wouldn't be surprised. Excuse me. Anyway, okay. Look at it later. Okay. wouldn't be a bad idea. That is such a pain. Optimize your website, please. You could speak, read, and write Celestial and Primordial. Yanti is interesting. I didn't consider it because they are snake people. I went Primordial distinctly for wind, and then Celestial because obviously Kukulkan, Quetzalcoatl are all divine. And actually in D&D lore, there is a divine feathered dragon. So that's also part of it too. So Draconic wouldn't be bad. I think we can get away with Draconic. Yeah, we can do Draconic too. Okay. Okay, cool. You say this. Okay. This was originally at 3rd level. So I might just put it back. Just because it forces a playstyle. I want you to jump off of stuff. And like get like bonuses for jumping off things. Yanti. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I'm still getting blocked, and I have access to it. I have access to it via my my DM. I might just have to bust out the book. I have it behind me. Okay, cool. We'll just move that one back. Yeah, like it was originally was there, so I'm perfectly fine with Skydive moving this back up. Cause yeah, cause I did get a little scared because playing with the idea of like cheapening lucha die costs for signature moves. I know it's going to be potentially good. I just don't know how too good. We did, I think Mr. Zephyrus found a loophole, especially with the 6th level, where you can go like stupid crazy and jump up really high. Because of Wind Stride, so... But that's more optimization thing. But yeah, okay, cool. We'll move our boy back. Move this one back. Ooh, Skydive. Skydive back here. So we need an 11th level feature. Rate the paragraph, make sure it's clear you can dash as a bonus action without resource. Okay. There we go. We're gonna go with all this. If I can read this thing. Okay. We get all the pink. Okay. Oh. Cool. Okay. That's a lie. Okay. I'm actually reading up on Aztec stuff. It's a lot of education on Aztecs in a lot of Latin cultures, especially ones inspired by like that have direct ties to Spain. It's not necessarily true. It's very Spain oriented. Aztecs weren't one big group. It was actually a combination of like 4 major groups that were like all allied with each other, with Montezuma at the time playing like the major role. And a lot of obviously, you know, colonial written textbooks slandered a lot of Aztec culture. especially when especially when it came to sacrifice and stuff. They kind of overblown it. It's not that Aztecs didn't sacrifice people, but it wasn't like they were sacrificing people like, oh, it's Tuesday, waking up, we're doing the morning sacrifice. You know, it was a lot of it was war captures and stuff and other stuff like that. It was very pointed. And when they would actually do it, it still would be in reverence to gods, but it was very pointed at when they did it. It wasn't all the time. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Feature 11th level. Okay. Cool. We're gonna do this. Okay, cool. So let's look at what Rinse Stride is now. Okay. I'm tempted to put Windstride also in place of the Serpent's Tongue stuff, especially if I can get. Would it be too much power budget at third level to get 3 features? Yeah, even in parts of Southern California, when we actually did look at shrink it on this chair, we did look at pretty much indigenous people of Mexico. Even like in certain Chicano studies, it isn't till actually more currently where they're actually re-looking at that stuff and actually seeing if, you know, European dictation of Latin cultures and especially indigenous American cultures line up with what they were saying. Even then, like, yeah, they made Aztecs seem like these raging, like, sacrificial fanatics. Cool. All right. Sick. Let's just put our babies all at 3rd level. That means we got a 6th level feature too. We got to figure out. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, well, cool thing is Lucha can do face. So, and having those flavorful languages, I always like them. Like, when I'm looking at character options, obviously I prefer skills, but being able to, I know this is a playstyle bias with my playgroup, but having those languages has came up, not specifically those languages, but not having access to certain languages has came up a little too much on my table. So for me, it's I always like having access to it if we don't have a spellcaster prep with comprehend languages or tongues or something. Skydive, Windstride, Windsurfer's Tongue. Cool. Yeah, this is super helpful. It's definitely the big push in the direction I needed with these. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble with some of these subclasses, so it definitely gives me the nudge and also reaffirming a lot of the stuff I was already thinking. So yeah, thank you as always, buddy. Hopefully, yeah, this will get done soon, and then we get this out on the guild. Okay. Seeing a bunch of messages. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I need to just run to the restroom. I need to check on something in my kitchen. And then I will be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, question. All right, so we're gonna go for look at luchador stuff for like another like maybe another 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna jump to, because you're still in the chat. Truck and Yoda's working on a psychic class, and I have a one shot I wanted. We're playing tomorrow, and I'm gonna play his class. So I want to definitely take a look at this and make the class with you guys on stream. So yeah, so we're gonna look into this a little bit. Kind of go over Wind Serpent. Definitely need Dauntless Roar to get fixed. I think it's okay for now. I think we can get away with it as just this flavorful option, but definitely want potentially something else. All right, we're gonna look at Feathered Serpent. Pretty much we're getting a lot done what we planned out today, which was good. We balanced some stuff out. And then also re-looking at flavor things for the 2 flavor-driven classes. So getting a lot of our stuff done. Okay. So, okay, cool. All right, there we go. So yeah, we're gonna look at Whirlwind Coil. I think this one in general, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with this. So Mask of the Feathered Serpent is now 2 subclass features down, 6th level. Okay, Emerson had a question. Does a luchador wearing a mask affect things like intimidation, like a spooky design or something mysterious boosting deception? In the base kit, no. You are going to get access to some of those things, some of those skills, but a lot of the stuff you're saying, it will be dependent on the subclass you take, because obviously like a Mask of the People's Champion, this is your bread and butter standard lucha that just wants to be known as the good guy, with probably the most vanilla options you can. He has stuff that's about being persuasive, showstopper, so he's gonna be a better face. And then you're gonna have something like Grave Titan, or that's gonna be the guy that's scary, that he is about intimidating people and benefiting for intimidating people. And then I do want to do a subclass based on like devils. Pretty much my general idea is smack talk the class. Like it's just a class based on smack talking, and yeah, smack talk meets what's the Hellish Rebuke. Put those 2 together and boom, that's what I want for that subclass. So it's gonna be more silver tonguey and everything. Okay. On. Cool. All right, cool. So let's continue going. Feathered Serpent. Oh. Well, I pulled out more chicken than I needed to today. Feathered Serpent, Tormenta, Windstride. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see the changes. You can dash as a bonus action. When you take this bonus action, you can cause a whirling wind to surround you until the end of turn. While the wind surrounds you, you do not provoke opportunity attacks. Your jump distance is doubled, and you don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less if you aren't incapacitated. You can surround yourself with these winds a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Cool. We might need to tweak the numbers on this a little bit. That's the only thing I'm worried about, is just like the jump distance doubled and stuff, because Skydive is awesome, but this paired with Windstride makes it so you might potentially have a lucha feature cost like be free. And while that's cool, no, actually never mind. That's not that big of a deal. Never mind. I'm being afraid for no reason. I'm being afraid for no reason. So we'll just do this. Okay, so we'll think about this, and then I want to see this. Okay. Okay, we nailed this. Okay, cool. We nailed it. Okay, I need to just rework this. Cool. Tormenta hits it. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna do another stream probably this coming week or so. We're gonna work on these two features. So yeah, we're look at these two features. We're gonna work on this one probably next week. I will think of something. Whirlwind Coil is cool. Maybe can move these somewhere else. 6th level. I think with the playstyle features being here, like heavy into here, and we have a defensive feature, we can probably play with something here. Ooh, actually. Okay. Let me just put it down. Use. Oh. Doodle die. Where could I find this homebrew? Right now? On my Discord. On my Discord, and there is a testable level 1 through 5 document up on my Patreon for free for everybody to access. Also, that that file is also on my Discord as well. Eventually, it will be up for pay for you to purchase on the DMs Guild. That is the plan. Hoping, obviously, it's not going to be done this month. If I can't get it done in, pretty much, I want to get it done by before the end of the year and up on there. So yeah. Okay. Last thing I want to do, Master of the Grave Titan. Just kind of go over it. We got the chokeslam feature, which I like, and then you just do additional damage for chokeslamming people, and if they are afraid of you, they you deal more damage. So pretty much you want to make people afraid of you, and then you want to slam the hell out of them. Relentless Dead, I like this feature. I don't really see this changing. It just keeps you back up in a different way. And then Grim Strength, you can't be knocked prone while you have a Lucha die. Then the extra damage you deal with Grave Impact feature increases 1d6 to 1d8 if the target is frightened, and 1d8 if the target is frightened of you. Crack of Doom, pretty much choke slam or power slam a person straight into the underworld, and then they come back on the following turn. That's the general idea. All right, and thanks for joining the Discord, Orlando. Thank you. I just saw you pop in. Okay, so yeah, that is that. So yeah, next stream we'll work on this one, because yeah, I need to sit down and think. Now that pretty much my general ideas, I got the go ahead. It's like, yeah, like just you're safe to put this stuff in the front. Now we just need to fill out the rest of this, and then we're good. And then I want to take a look at Grave Titan 2 next stream. Other things I want to show you guys with this. In the document, I plan on going over where you can fit luchadors in other parts of the official settings for 5th edition. So we're gonna go about. I see I already have some lore for Forgotten Realms, so you kind of know, especially if you're gonna play in official settings, where they're gonna fit. So it just makes a lot of sense. So Forgotten Realms luchadors are gonna come from Mastika, and their masks are gonna be made by Plume Weavers, and then depending on what god and design you put on your mask, will help you dictate what subclass you want to use. So that then it'll be perfectly fine. You can play in any Forgotten Realms setting, it'll fit. You're just going to be coming from the pretty much quote unquote Aztec Maya land that they have in there. Eberron. There's some ideas I have for here. Underground fighting in Sharn, shifters, and Talenta halflings. It's gonna be a little bit more primal. Talenta halflings wearing masks that have like dinosaur patterns and stuff. This is like one of the ideas I had. That'd be pretty fun. Shifters, pretty much it's like another way to call upon their ancestral animal aspect of being a shifter. And also in Karnath, maybe there's certain martial military people that are pretty much Zangief wrestlers. And yeah, but they take on aspects of the undead. And the Arenal elves are the same way too. They take on aspects of their ancestors of the undead, and that fits right there. Ravnica, we got Boros with People's Champion, Golgari with Grave Titan, Gruul, Feather Serpent, Tooth and Claw, Rakdos, Tooth and Claw. Having got some stuff for Theros. Here, depending on what kind of god or what city state you're from. Thanks, Phil. Yeah. I had to sit down and be like, okay, well, I know these guys can fit in a bunch of places. The hardest ones actually, I think, were the Magic the Gathering ones. Even in Strixhaven, Silverquill, Mask of the People's Champion, they do tend to take in that leadership position and want to be the face of a lot of things. And they like to duel, so I'm like, Silverquill fits. We're the blue Mask of the Grave Titan. It was a no-brainer for them. Yeah, Theros is going to be related to the god. Theros have Akros or City State, because in Akros, you're follow Iroas, you're People's Champion. It makes a lot of sense. You're the Luchador of Victory. Champions of Erebos, you're an actual returned. Since the returned have mask already, you're just putting on your Luchador is your return mask, and boom, you're a Grave Titan. A Champion in Nylea, maybe she bestows on you this mask of animals so that you can channel that like animal spirits of Nyx. So a lot of stuff you can do with that. Radiant Citadel, there's no other option besides Sunset Lan. It's already in a lot of the supplements that they released in there too. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, so that's that. Yeah, I want to get this out as soon as possible. The thing is, the art is done for the supplement. Oh, and also, this is the first time you guys are really seeing it. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as I saw, like, Grave Titan, I'm like, oh, that is definitely returned. Like, just easy. They already have mask. Like, you don't even have to make it a Lucha mask. And that's the thing, too. You don't be... Playing these in other settings, you don't have to be constrained to the Luchador mask. You can perfectly flavor it as long as it's a mask that you're wearing that takes on an aspect. But if, you do design your character with a Lucha mask, it's sick, too. Oh, but yeah, this is the current official class logo right now that I have. First time really out there. So yeah, there's that. So I think it's time. I'll be doing another stream soon. The class icon reminds me of old Lucha Libre posters. Yeah. I think it's time to look at the Psychic now. I'll be doing more Luchador streams. I definitely want to do one next week. Oh, Princess Mononoke. Yeah, that'd be sick. That's like one of my favorite Ghibli movies. All right, no problem. Hey, thanks, Salty, for stopping by. I will see you in the Discord. And just another update for people: if you guys have not entered the contest, I'm giving away a free book on D&D Beyond. As a thank you for hitting 5K subs, the link is up at the top in the chat. Definitely go in and check it out. It is very, there's a lot of people entering, and I honestly thank you guys for entering. I will do another one of these too. Actually, if we hit 10K, I want to do something big. I want to do like a big one, a big giveaway or something, and maybe like a big stream. Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah, Mercy Mode could be interesting. I'm hoping we've talked about it. Karen and I have definitely talked about it. So we'll see. I'm hoping you can. Yeah, his layout work is ridiculous. Like if you guys definitely go check out Indestructible Boy, check out his homebrew classes. They'll fit right into your games. The Vanguard is probably my favorite one he did most recently, where you can actually be like the tank. But he's also known for the merchant class, the dancer, and he's working on the sovereign right now, and he also has the runekeeper that's out there. You can find the dancer, merchant, and runekeeper on D&D Beyond. No, excuse me. You can find the dancer, runekeeper, and the merchant on the DM's Guild, and then you can go to his website to find the Vanguard. So yeah. Okay, so now let's look at the psychic class. Okay, so Drunken Yoda in the chat, Mr. Darel Dominguez is working on the psychic class, bringing the psionic die that was featured in the subclasses. I always want to say it's the Psi Knight. Is it the Psi Knight or the Psi Warrior fighter class, and the psychic or the Soul Knife Rogue subclasses from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. He's taking the mechanic of that side die and bringing it in a full-fledged class for 5th edition. I have pretty much a sneak peek document here, but it also, based on updating that mechanic, he also updated the Psi Warrior and Soul Knife here. So eventually, when he releases this, there's going to be additional things. He also has a whole set of powers that you can add onto here. So I'm going to be testing this class for him tomorrow in a one-shot. I will be playing a psychic in a haunted house-esque trap puzzle one-shot that my buddy is going to run. My other buddy is going to be running the Luchador alongside this. My goal is it to... What I'm looking to build is probably going to be something that... because I know how my playgroup builds things, tends to be geared towards combat. So I probably want to play a more supportive role and also be the guy that can help uncover clues. So that's the role I'm looking to play. So all right, and there's going to be rules in this supplement for people to create their own class using the rules. So there you go. So yeah, so we're going to get into the class. I also have my deal here. Psi guy. I don't know what to... I want to play a small race because I think it's kind of funny to have like a little bald dude. I'm tempted to play either a goblin and be like a little baby Yoda, be a Grogu, or what's the race from Spelljammer? The little I want to call them mechanomes, but they're not mechanomes. What are they? Spelljammer. Hey man, I just want Spelljams. They really don't have Spelljammer right here? Oh, here it is. It'll be a little Krillin. Yeah. Psychic Krillin. Oh, Autonome. Here we go. Or it's tempted to be an Autonome and be like this. Are you serious? You know what? I think what's happening is I'm not in that that option in my buddy's game to have access to it right now. What? Otra vez? We will report you. Goodbye. Remove. Yeeted. You are yeeted. Banished. Okay. I think for simplicity, I think that mess with my buddies. I think I'm gonna go Goblino, my little goblin. Okay, let's go with sources. All right, we're gonna make this character. We're gonna be a little goblino. Monsters of the Multiverse. We're gonna use the new goblin. I'll be a little baby Yoda. Okay, so let's get some stuff already taken care of before we actually dive into this thing. We got a 30-foot speed. Psychic. Okay, what other traits we're gonna need? We are small. Copy pasta. Faces plain text. Here we go. Dark vision. Copy paste. Boom. Okay. Here we go. Good. Can I? Oh no, we can't. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So, what are we gonna be able to do as a psychic? Actually, I need to be a level 10 psychic. This way, I have no idea what subclass I want to do. This is my first actual time really sitting down with looking at the supplement, because I've seen Darel's been working on this for some time now, and it's just like idea after idea after idea. He's really hitting home. I think he's really nailing a lot of the flavor. He's taking a lot of inspiration from the X-Men, which is always awesome since X-Men tend to have a lot of psionic-based characters in their roster. So he's taking a lot of ideas from there and trying to implement that level of fantasy into D&D, while also paying tribute to the legacy that psionics has had in the game. That, excuse me, unfortunately, 5th edition has struggled to implement into the game. I can confidently say I don't think a lot of people are too happy with the state of psionics in the game, especially with the game being out so long. Normally, a psionic psychic-based class would have been out. We got a couple subclasses. We know they've done the Mystic. And the Mystic had a lot of cool ideas, but it didn't have focus on its actual class role. It was too good at a lot of different things. And it outshined a lot of the other classes when it was paired with them. If they had a level of focus, I think they would have been fine. So, at level 10, I'm going to be having a subclass feature, which he's calling his subclasses Psychic Awakenings. So your X gene is just manifesting, right? And then dice size will be a D10. Okay. I have 19 sonic die that I can use. And then 3 sonic focuses and sonic talents. To be honest, I have no idea what either of these are right now. We're going to look into them right now. So, a lot of stuff I've seen him work on when it comes to the psychic is a lot of it's like little bits and pieces. So this is my first time really diving into knowing how this all works together. I've seen a lot of the powers that he's shown me and asked for feedback on, and so it's gonna be. I don't have 93 health, so I'll get to really see how it's all put together. Okay, number hit die. We're gonna be 10 d6s. Cool. Oh. 10 d6. Got a total. Cool. KKK. Now let's see what we have. A total d6 hit die, so it's gonna be 6 plus your Constitution modifier. I'm gonna use standard array because I'm lazy. So we want. Obviously, we're gonna want. We're gonna want intelligence, con, and probably dex as our big 3. Okay, so Let's do this. Standard array. So let's get a character sheet. This is gonna be our dump stat because we're gonna be a weenie. Okay, this is probably gonna be a 13, a 14, a 15. I always value wisdom when it comes to this. So okay, so I'm gonna bring this up to a +1, and then my +2 will go into here. For now, this is just starting off. I definitely don't know if I'm going to be taking feats. I might not, for the simple fact. We'll see. I get 2 ASIs, options or feat. 14. Dose. Trace. Uno. 0. Okay, cool. You have 18 sonic energy dice. Try to hammer out 20 on initiative. Okay, cool. Okay. Weapons. We're just gonna... I don't even have a background yet, so... Other proficiencies and languages. Boom, here we go. Intelligence and wisdom. Intelligence and wisdom. Okay. Put in final numbers later. Choose 2 skills. Okay, I need to figure out one a background. And also... get background. What should my little psychic goblin be? Let me pull up D&D Beyond again, bring it up here on the side, and then we're gonna go look at Player's Handbook. I'm looking at the basic standard backgrounds, because okay, backgrounds. All right, let's go. Kind of wanting, we got like a little Baby Yoda vibe, so Far Traveler actually would be banned. It's not even in here. We also have a background. Okay, let's see what background he offers in here. Okay, let me see the come on, backgrounds. Page 14. Did I pass page 14? Okay. Come on. You can do it. You can get there. Apprentice. Ooh, okay. What is an apprentice? Apprentice, you have spent your life learning how to harness your abilities under the tutoring of a master of your craft. You read books, trained, and studied everything you could in order to overcome your limitations. Now the only thing standing between you and becoming a true master is putting everything you learned into practice. Because one thing is learning in a controlled environment, and another is applying what you learned amidst the chaos of the world. Interesting. I like this. I might just play with this, but Far Traveler is not a bad idea either, because you know, you're kind of different, have different customs and stuff. But this also plays with the idea of apprentice. Haunted One is also another one if I want to play with a more tragic idea of Grogu and his tragic past, surviving Order 6. Is it Order 66? I'm being a bad Star Wars fan. Okay. Okay, so what does the class... Okay. Let me just put this here, and then I'm going to copy paste what the class offers. I'll just put it here right now. Let's go proficiency here. Because when it comes down to it, we also get a language of our choice. Okay. Hey, man. Copy paste. Let's go. Okay. We'll come back to this right now. Okay, cool. So we can also... We need to choose 2 from here, and then I believe... here. So obviously I want Arcana. It's just gonna be super helpful. Perception, because I'm gonna go in a trap sort of a related thing. Okay, so we're done here. We're done here. Okay, now we need here. Maybe acrobatics. I'm okay with doing that. Just to have a physical trait, and we have a decent dex. Not gonna be that bad. And then maybe history. Excuse me. I'm pretty much playing into the knowledge gatherer role for the party. That might probably be the best bet. I could see just going like super hard in on the knowledge stuff, and dropping acrobatics and taking religion. But we're gonna go with acrobatics. Sometimes that comes up depending on certain saves and stuff. Might be useful. Baby Yoda's nimble. Okay. Now let's go back to page 14. Oh, and you got feats too. Son of a... Okay, we'll see. Okay, what kind of personality are we gonna have? Oh, we also have the feature Masters teaching you choose a feat from the gift. Oh, somebody's going with those new martial adept. Found in the previous section, martial from either gifted, martial adept, or magic initiate. Ooh, martial adept. So you would get martial adept that you get maneuvers, right? Interesting. Gifted. You're naturally sensitive to the forces possessed latent. Find you. All right. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I need to step away from the computer really quick, and I'll be back. Okay, cool. We're back. All right. So I'm thinking we're going to also try out this feat, the gifted. Do this one here. All right. So what does the gifted do? You're naturally sensitive to psychic forces that possess latent sonic talent, which you have yet to expand upon. You gain the following benefits. You choose 2 sonic talents from the psychic list. Your sonic ability for it is either intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Choose when you select this feat. This psychic focus follow the same rules as those stated in the psychic power for the psychic. You learn 1 sonic power of your choice from among those available to the psychic class. The psychic ability for this power is the same as the one chosen for the psychic sonic focus above. You gain 2 psychic energy dice, which are d6s. These dice are added to any dice you have from another source. This dice are used to fill your powers. The psychic energy die is expanded when you use this. Okay, so pretty much it is a way to get your character into the sonic system, similar to how you can get magic initiate or give your character maneuvers. Okay, so we got this. Okay. Cool. Okay, we're gonna, when I get into the other parts, we'll look at like deeper into. Right now, what I want to do is focus on the background, so we kind of get a personality feel for this character. So we get to choose 2 personality types, because having the personality types for the character kind of picked out will kind of help me inform what powers and stuff I want. So I know others don't build this way. They do build optimized and build in a certain way that's a little more gameplay oriented. For those not familiar with how I do a lot of character builds on the channel and build the characters in general, I put flavor first and build around that to be able to play a character more than play a combat death machine. So yeah, so as soon as I figure out the personality type, we'll know what kind of person I'm going to be playing. I'm curious. I like to find out how things in the world interact with others. I keep pushing myself beyond my natural capabilities to prove I'm worthy of my master's training. I constantly practice my craft every day, as not doing this could lead to failure. I constantly keep organizing stuff as a master taught me. I idolize my master and constantly quote his teachings. I possess an inflated ego as my master was a famous person in their craft. I can work all day without losing focus. I'm driven by mastering my craft. I kind of want... I like this. Oh, I keep picking the wrong thing. I like this for one personality trait. How things in the world, this world interact. Make them a little mischievous. They like to get into stuff they probably shouldn't be getting into. I wonder if I can do like a little reckless, like kind of like number two too. Like they push themselves beyond their limit and are a little bit reckless. So we'll do that too. Jesus. Okay, I know it's not gonna print that way. Can't see nothing. Okay. So I think that's it. Ideal. They're kind. Their aspirations. Responsibility. Excellence. Respect. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that's not what I thought was going to be respect. I wonder if I could be like a little, put some respect on my name, like a little evil Grogu, little evil baby Yoda. Put some respect on my name. Let's do that. This is funny. Okay, let's do that. Put some respect. Okay, bond. Master got imprisoned because of me, and I need to prove his innocence. I got saved by a kind stranger who taught me the limits of my power. Now I pass on his teachings to others. I will not fail. I was taught that failure is never an option. I will show those who turn their face away from me how powerful I've become. That is straight up Sith, bro. Oh, Anakin. Little Anakin. My master lost grace with the kingdom. I will return them to greatness. My master entrusted me with an ancient relic to unlock as my final task. God, we gotta go number 2. That's some Mando stuff. Hey, man. There we go. Then let me edit this. Okay, well, that's fine. I got saved by Jesus. Okay, here by power. Okay, good. Now I will. This character kind of feels like a Nilbog with mischief and magic. It might honestly kind of might be. I might be playing him like that. I'm not gonna lie. I tend to not play chaotic characters. It's not that I don't see them as problematic. It's just I tend to really like playing characters that are just good guy, like general good guys. But I'm overdue to playing like an a-hole character in my group. I constantly try to push my master's lessons to others. I act superior to others as I was taught. I particularly fear failure. Now, without my master, I don't know what to do. I get angry when things do not go the way I want them. I'm in a stressful situation. I freeze up. I get angry when things do not go my way. I like playing egomaniacs. We'll go with this option. I secretly am afraid of myself. From the characters I've played, they all have a streak of like being the good guy in the room. They don't compromise their morals. All of them kind of are like that. I think the one that's can be a little bit more shades of gray is my current character, my artificer. But even then, he only acts in certain manners, secretive manners, and it's actually just always try to do the right thing. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the characters I build are chaotic. No, sir. That's my buddy David. Here, no, sir. The characters you build are. It's not that the way you build your characters. It's just you are chaotic. You just play chaotic. Baby Yoda got grumpy frequently. Yeah, Baby Yoda did do the little kid thing. I get angry when I don't get the things. Actually, no, we're gonna do that. Give me my little ball. Give me my little shiny ball. Okay. All right, cool. So, all right, we got a personality. Now, what we need to do is we need to look at the class. So now we're gonna get into like the guts. I think this is what people are really wanting to see. We're only go up to level 10. This is as much as you guys are gonna see. So, so yeah. So we're gonna start off. Obviously, we already kind of looked at some of this stuff. They're a D6 hit die class, so they're in line with the wizard, which is kind of expected with somebody that is a psionic, more about using their mind. So you're getting there with that. Starting equipment, light crossbow, 20 bolts, a quarterstaff, a Dungeoneer's pack or a Scholar's pack, a dagger. Cool. All right, that's what we expect. Class features, psionic power. Okay, so this is the first thing. You harbor a source of psionic energy within yourself, which allows you to manifest incredible powers. These psionic powers are the supernatural abilities your character has awakened, but still can be considered magical for the purposes of resistance and immunity. As such, spells or features like anti-magic field, counterspell, and dispel magic that affect spells can affect psionic powers. For more details on use your psionic powers, go to the manifestation power section. Okay. So, okay, cool. So, this already sets up something I think it's really, really solid. It doesn't shy away from interacting with the magic system in the game. So this already kind of tells me this just alone that yes, you can be shut down and you interact with the magic system of the game. It's not some separate thing. But it's another way to essentially cast spells or at least cast psychic abilities. So that's cool. But also that means I'm going to assume that you're going to have access to psychic abilities that also interact with magic abilities and could do similar functions to counterspell and dispel magic. So that's cool. I like that. I think part of the problem a lot of times I see with psionics or psychic based stuff is that they don't want to interact with the magic system. And I think this is because in previous editions of D&D, psionics were its own thing. And unfortunately, that's not how 5th edition really is geared towards. And I'm actually glad he made the decision to not shy away from that. Like, yeah, no, this is another form of some sort of other form of magic. So yeah, bravo, sir. I like that. I like that decision. I know some people are going to be thrown off about that. Like, nope. Sonic since should be its own thing. Sonic energy, how much energy you have to use your sonic powers at first level and higher, and it is represented by the number of dice, which are d6. To use a sonic power, you must expend the specified amount of sonic energy dice. You regain all expended sonic energy dice when you finish a long rest. When you reach certain levels in this class, the size of your sonic energy die increases. At 5th level to a d8, 9th level a d10. So I have my sonic energy is at, I'm gonna close Lucha. Sonic energy die. Since I'm at a level 10, gonna be what are you at? 1d10. Cool. Okay, cool. Sonic power. Psionic energy die. Okay, get rid of this so I keep doing this. Okay, powers known. So this is gonna like be our bread and butter ability of pretty much where we get our spellcasting. So pretty much this is how sonic power reads. It is like a psionic spellcasting. So it'll be 20 with gifted. Ooh. Huh. Okay, sonic power known. Okay. For example, if you're a level 1 psychic with a level intelligence 60, you know 4 sonic powers of your choice. You learn additional powers as you gain levels in this class. If an effect changes your intelligence modifier permanently, you can choose to learn a psychic power or which one to forget at the end of a long rest. Psychic powers plus your psychic level. So, and then obviously you're getting so power wise. Oh, I'm trying to. Let me look at my. So just base this off alone. My level's 10. Plus intelligence, it'll be at least 13, and then plus gifted. So 13. Oh, so like 14 powers I'll be able to learn at this point. $14 right now. Haven't decided on feats or anything. I might want to take at least a feat to get one feat just to put me up to 18, and then just ASI to 20. I'll just got to see what kind of feat. Sonic talents. At starting at first level, you know 2 sonic talents of your choice from psychic list. You learn additional sonic talents of your choice at higher levels, as shown in the sonic talents column of the psychic table. Okay, when you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of the sonic talents you know and replace it with another. Okay, sonic talents. Sonic talents, I'm gonna know a total of 4. 4 right now. It'll be a total 6. Okay. I have no idea what sonic talents are, but I'm assuming these are going to be some sort of, well, we'll look at them right now, but my guess right now is like some sort of infusion or evocation-like ability. But I want to know is psychic focus. Okay, we'll go with it. I got 2. Okay, and then we got, when you get in the level in the class, okay, cool. Intelligence. Oh yeah, let's look at in order to multi-class. Oh, okay, multi-classing in the psychic. As a multi-class, you must have at least a level intelligence score of 13 to take a level in this class. Psychic talents are cantrips. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm gonna get a total of 6 cantrips. Interesting. Okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay. Cool, and then I'll figure out what focuses are at 2nd level. So now I know kind of what I'm playing with. Okay, so sonic power is pretty much the spellcasting feature equivalent for a psychic. That is and it makes a lot of sense. It is very, very thought out, and it pretty much eats up the entire power budget of this class at the beginning, and then you get Psychic Awakening, which is your subclass feature. So it's also very much in line with like Warlocks and Sorcerers, where you have your subclass at first level. I like it. All right. So let's go down to, oh man. Okay, we gotta open up. That's dumb. This isn't the full document apparently. Or what I have. Oh, this PC, but D&D character sheet. We got my blank. Alternative fillable on it. Oh, what the sucker? Okay, that's that. Printer. I just want my spell sheet, please. Spell casting sheet, form fillable. The reason I want this. Okay, cool. Spell casting class, psychic, and then let's go here so we know our DC is gonna be int. Our DC is gonna be equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. Since we are at level 10, we're at +4, +3, +8. So let's see, that's 12 to 20, at least 15 right now. It'll probably go up another 1 or another 3 at least. It's gonna be pretty high. Spell attack bonus. Okay. Sonic attack modifier, your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. So right now it's gonna be 4 by 6 plus 7. Okay, that'll be for right now. It'll probably go up to +8 at least. Okay, so thanks for stopping by, Emerson. Thank you. All right, so we got this Psychic Awakening. All right, I will check out subclasses in a second because I do need to figure out what kind of subclass I want. Obviously, we'll get it, but I want to check out all the other features right now. I'm going to get for this right now. Auto Hypnosis. Your mind starts to expand, allowing you to access remote sections of it, granting you the following benefits. You can learn a language of your proficiency with a tool half of the allotted time, and you can recall anything you have read or heard in a language you can read or speak. Ooh, that's cool. I like this. It's a cool flavor feature. I think obviously learn is going to be very dependent on the kind of campaign you're playing. You can learn a language or proficiency with a tool of half a lot of time. Also depends on the amount of downtime and stuff if that is allowed to happen, but the recall feature is probably going to be popping up a lot in a lot of campaigns, especially if it's another way to maybe utilize history or or just recall information that your character should know. So all I'm going to do is page 4. So I need to reference this. All right. Also at level 2, we get Sonic Focus. As you continue to develop your abilities, you learn how to focus your energy in psychic ways to imbue your body with this additional power. At second level, you gain 1 Sonic Focus of your choice, and is active as long as you have at least 1 Sonic Energy dice. When you gain certain psychic levels, you gain additional focuses of your choice as shown in the focus column of the psychic table. Additionally, when you gain a level in this class, you can choose one of the focus you know and replace it with another focus that you can learn at that level. Okay, so I need to know what exactly are psionic focuses and what do you need to do to activate them. So right now, we'll look at that right now, because when I think of psychic focus, it's something that's probably going to take your concentration. It probably not. Making sure you don't get any focuses here. Okay, cool. Psychic focus. We're getting 4. Cool. And Darel, if you're in the chat, you can let me know what psychic focuses are supposed to be and correct me. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Sonic Vitality, your mind and body. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's where the invocation like thing is, your chosen enhancement. Okay, cool. We're gonna get up to 4 of them. All right, so Sonic Vitality, your mind and body are so intrinsically connected that when you recover one, the other also recovers every time you use a hit die to recover hit points. This includes through short rest, etc. You recover 3 Sonic Energy dice for each hit dice used. You recover the Sonic Energy dice even when you do not recover any hit points. Moreover, when you finish long rest, you gain all hit dice you rather than half. Ooh, I like Sonic Vitality. That is a very, very neat way to recover resources. Okay, what page is this? Page 5. I think most of my power is going to be on here. Page 5. Page 5. All right. This, just already looking at like the first initial stuff, I think obviously with any sort of spellcasting class, your budget and how you build it, and it's giving me very much wizard vibes, like a wizard, very much a wizard meets warlock kind of class, because there's it's going to be very dependent on the type of options you choose to customize the kind of playstyle you're going to want, I'm assuming. Even with the subclasses at first level, which should dictate the kind of direction you're going to play. We'll get into those in a second. I'm liking how customizable this is already feeling just by reading it. There's a lot of build opportunity. Like players are going to be able to go kind of nuts, especially with the amount of options they can choose, which I think it's good. I think that's something people want out of 5th edition, the ability of choice. But still keep a level of simplicity, because this despite all the names and me kind of needing to know what the names correspond to, there is a corresponding option already in the base game, so you're not necessarily doing anything different, right? You're just choosing different options and having that level of flexibility to create something that you want to create, which I like. It's pretty sick. Okay, like this one, ability score improvements. When you reach 4th level, you can increase 1 ability score. Okay, standard. 7th level, augment power. We're gonna read what augment power does right now. This is also page 5. Okay, cool. Augment power. Your mind can enhance or amplify sonic power. It is concentrating on. As long as you're concentrating on psychic power, you can use an action to spend additional dice as stated on it. Oh, so if you're concentrating on one, as long as you're concentrating on sonic power, you can use an action to spend an additional sonic die as stated on it. Okay. I'm assuming for maybe for stuff like has upkeep effects, or you could just double down on it. I'm assuming that's really what it's for. That's pretty cool. All right, and you pretty much, there's a couple more features here. I'll quickly go over them, but yeah, this is already looking fun. So we're gonna see what kind of subclass I want to build for this guy, and then look at maybe at least one other feat to kind of give us that boost in intelligence, so we don't have any odd numbers. All powers can be enhanced. Okay, sick. Okay, as you're understanding for the forces, you can use amplify them. Okay. Consumptive power. When you get this at 11, you're understanding the forces you control increases your body. Becomes a fuel you can also use. If you have no sonic energy, you can manifest a power using a number of sonic hit dice up to your level in this class. First time you use this feature, you suffer no adverse effects. If you use it again, finish a long rest, you take 1d6 psychic damage. For each sonic energy die used to manifest the power, each time you use this feature again before finishing a long rest, the psychic damage per sonic energy increases 1d6. This damage is dealt after the power is manifested and ignores resistance but not immunity. Okay. This plays into that pushing beyond your limit fantasy, which I like. I know in it's not bad. I like it because it does play in the fantasy. Looking at 1D&D, I know people are adverse to taking self damage, especially on a D6 hit die. It wouldn't be a bad idea on 1D&D if look at it and see if the new exhaustion rules, if they go through, would it be a bad idea to do that instead, or at least see how you can implement those into that. So instead of just like dealing pain to yourself, it's like you're becoming exhausted and it's taking a toll on all your pretty much physical abilities, physical mental abilities. Actualize control. Time spent studying your power grants you full control over your body. As a bonus action, you can spend up to 5 hit die, roll them, and regain a number of hit points equal to a total number rolled plus your intelligence modifier. Okay, actualize control. You regain some hit points back, but in addition, when you do this, you're also regaining sonic die, if I'm understanding correctly. Which will bounce off of 3rd level, which is pretty cool. Yeah, well, every time you use a hit die to recover hit points, okay. As a bonus action, you spend it to 5 hit die, roll them, and regain. Yep, you'll be able to at least gain up to 5 sonic energy die in one go. Sonic Apex, your mind has reached. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, making sure I catch in the interaction. I know I'm not going to be able to use it because it's at 15th level, but just looking at it, I was like, okay, cool. Your mind has reached the top echelon of sonic power, letting it affect the world in ways that few can even fathom. Choose one sonic discipline you desire to master. You gain the discipline feature. As an action, you can use the chosen discipline, but only once per long rest. Your mind can replicate meta creativity. Probably any item you can see within 10 feet of you. The new item is an exact copy of the original, with only difference being that the copy lacks sentience, if it has any, along with the ability provided by it. The copy lasts for 1 hour or until you lose your concentration. Here's the dust. Okay, cool. So you can replicate the magical properties of any item. Okay. Might need to double check this and do some clarity, because it isn't until you get to the second sentence where you understand that you're recreating a magic item. So you might want to say in your mind you can replicate a magical item that you can see within 10 feet of you. The new item is in because right now, the way it reads, you can replicate the magical properties of any item, but you're not necessarily recreating the item, at least it's stated by the first sentence. So that could be a little bit more clear here. You create an area centered on you that is ravaged by the wind. It is 30 feet radius and moves around you. The area effect lasts for 1 minute or until you lose concentration after you were concentrating on a spell. All ranged weapons attacks within the area are possible, and fog, mist, and similar phenomena are dispersed automatically, whether mundane or magical. Additionally, Constitution saving throws made to maintain concentration on a spell while within the affected area are made with disadvantage. This reason makes it harder for them to achieve a focused state. Finally, whatever creature hostile to you ends its turn in the affected area, takes an amount of lightning damage equal to 1 roll of your sonic energy die plus your intelligence modifier. There's a lot going on. So it's going to be a lot to track. I think, how long does this last? You created an area centered on you that is ravaged by the wind. It is 30-foot radius. It moves around you for a minute. I get what you're going for, though. I think it just feels like a lot because it's just long. I don't think pretty much you just become a hyper disruptive force where people can't hit you from range. Spellcasters struggle to maintain concentration, and then you're just dealing crackling damage. It's that psychic overdrive, like you're just sitting there unleashing all your psychic energy out to people. Okay. Psychometabolism, telekinesis, telepathy. All right, so he's hitting all the big notes, so you get to choose one of these. This is actually pretty cool. Like, it hits like a superpower fantasy, like you're achieving the height of your psionic abilities. I like that. That's cool. Just reading off the first two ones because I don't want to get stuck on it. But just reading the first two ones, I really enjoy these. This is, at least these two are super flavorful. The only one I think you may need to just look at is just, yeah, that's what yeah, as soon as I finish reading, it's like Storm losing control. There's a bunch of other, I think in the most recent Critical Role, like the last one in the last couple episodes, the Sonic character, she went full like Sonic Blast in a similar way like this. Yeah, just meta creativity. Probably just need to state a little bit stronger, make it more clear that you're recreating a magical item instead of the properties of a magical item, so people kind of get that. Okay, and this is the capstone. Exalted consciousness, your mastery of sonic power makes your mind transcend the limitations of your power, of your own physical form, excuse me. The gain the following abilities once per long rest. You manifest the astral projection spell only on yourself. The spell doesn't require any material components. Okay. You suffer none of the frailty of old age and can't be aged magically. You can die of old age. However, in addition, you no longer need food or water. Okay, you just go super psychic. I like this. Supersonic psychic. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm liking the core kit of the class. I think you're hitting the idea really well of becoming a psychic. Like you get to achieve that power fantasy of unlocking the powers, your innate powers, but you're also leaving broad enough room to allow people to customize the sonic abilities and the sonic fantasy they're wanting to play, since that fantasy is so broad. All right, so now we're gonna get into subclasses. I'm looking for something that is a bit more of a supportive character. Mind Link or the Awakening of the Collective is one of the ones I was looking at, because you can link your mind to the rest of the party and kind of communicate with them and support them in a way. I don't want to play a melee, excuse me, or an aggressive character. Normally, I would, but I know my buddy's playing the Luchador, and yeah, and I want the other classes to kind of take front and center on the stuff that they're going to do. Okay, so let's say Awakening the Collective. As a power unleashed in the world, you connect to the mind of every single person around you, allowing the deepest and darkest corners of everyone's mind to be shared between each other. Okay, so there's that. This subclass is all about linking to other people and communicating, and then pretty much giving the bonuses for being linked up with each other. Awakening of the Egoist. Okay, psychics don't know how strong they can be until they need to be, and it's when they harness the strength needed to overcome all physical challenges. Some call it adrenaline. You know, it's your mind controlling your body. All right, so this is going to be the mind over matter idea. Sonic Strike, you and mind unleashes power by strengthening your body. You can use your intelligence modifier instead of your strength modifier for any grapple and shove checks. You can make an addition. You gain proficiency with the athletic skill. You already have proficiency on that skill. You can choose any other skills of your choice. Cool. Sonic Fist, you go punch the crap out of somebody. Extra attack. Okay, Immortal Mind. Telekinesis, cool. It's a bonus action. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Flutes? What's going on, buddy? Just making my Sonic character. I'm looking through the subclass options, trying to figure out the exact right one. This is Darel Dominguez's class, currently in design. So I'm gonna give it a test run tomorrow And I'm just trying to see what subclasses I'm going to build. Lurk. Pretty much, for those that are familiar with X-Men, Awakening with Collective is the Stefford Cuckoos. They, or Cuckoos, depending how they pronounce it. They are a collection of Sonic sisters that are all linked to each other, that can communicate with everybody and are more powerful sonically when they're closer to each other. Awakening of the Egoist, based off what I'm reading, this feels very much like Colossus, but taking on like a more sonic approach to it. Your mind over matter, you're covering your body in this diamond-like or metal-esque substance. What's going on, Phil? So that's what this one is. It's a mind over matter. Let's see. Awakening of the Lurk. While you're almost awakening the violent destructive, a Lurk awakens is silent and deadly. Their mind is capable of debilitating others, affecting the mind of others in violent ways. In other words, they are what lurks in the dark. Hallucinations. You can easily plant a false image or sound in a creature mind as an action. Choose one creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. You can create a sound or image that only the target perceives. All right. So this is kind of like a, what is it? You're making illusions, cap effects, full mental blast. Your mind can be a telepathic type to debilitate a creature. As an action, you can make a ranged sonic attack. You can see within 60 feet on a hit, the creature's speed is half. It can't move. Quintessence consumption. Nice, nice, nice. Quintessence consumption, you can turn the life force of your enemies into sonic energy when you harvest. Okay, with an intelligence score of 8. Okay, I think. All right, this is going to be, the Lurk is the full-on mental attacker. This is the one that's like just, if you want to play the psychic-powered character that's just going around mentally assaulting everybody, the Lurk is where you're going to want to go. Life Drain. You can create a bolt of energy that absorbs the life force of a creature. As an action, you can spend any number of psychic die to roll the dice and make a ranged sonic attack against a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. On a hit, you can deal an amount of necrotic damage equal to the number rolled, and you recover half that amount of hit points. That's good. Mental Shattering. Yep. Okay. Pretty much this is your, I want to say your ranged psychic blaster. This is really what it is, and that's cool. So again, I'm trying to remember because I know this. Daryl and I were talking about what X-Men this was, and he was asking me, and I'm completely drawing a blank right now. But yeah, this is so far what I've seen. You already have 3 different playstyles. A more supportive role, Communicator. Awakening of the Egoist is your tanky, beefy attacker. You're getting your ranged blaster here, and then Awakening of the Scion. Side dice at 10th level. Actually, we'll look on my sheet. Sonic die. Energy at 10th level is going to be equal to, I think, hold on. We need to look back up. Amount of sonic energy die. At 10th level, I will have 18, but also due to the feat I took, I will have 20. Alright. Awakening of the Scion. Identify a Scion early in their life is almost as impossible as the only obvious way is that they learn information faster than anyone else. You could say they become genius for the moment their powers awaken. Mental expansion. Scions gain the ability of remembering things they might have glanced over or seen others do. Whenever you finish a long rest, you could choose one skill tool, language proficiency that you lack, and gain it. You lose this proficiency when you use this feature to choose a different proficiency that you lack. When you reach 5th level in this class, you could choose a different proficiency that you lack whenever you finish a short or long rest. Okay. Your mind can shield you from harm whenever you are subjected to making dexterity saving throws by effect. You can see you can use your intelligence modifier in place of your dexterity modifier to gain this benefit. To gain this benefit, you can't be incapacitated. I didn't finish reading it. Excuse me. Sonic recovery. Your mind can control the body. Recover lost energy. As a bonus feature, recovers 3 sonic energy dice. You can use this feature a number of times equal to half your proficiency bonus, rounded down. And you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. And power sonics. The mind of a Scion is so strong that it can turn any power into something harder to resist. As a part of your manifesting excuse me, as a part of you manifesting a sonic power or talent, you can choose to spend 2 sonic energy dice immediately to increase your sonic save DC by 2, only for the sonic power or talent. Okay. Mind control. Okay. This is pretty much Awakening of the Sun is like, I want to say, is like your most well-rounded subclass. You just want to be a straight vanilla Scion or Psychic. Scion is kind of where you're going to be at. It's solid. You're just going to be better at kind of doing the core class kit, while the other ones so far have been really specialized in what kind of role you want to play in the party. And then Awakening of the Wilder. This one, I believe, is the Phoenix Foraging Gray inspired one. Chaotic Mind. The ravage you trying to understand creatures have disadvantage on any insight checks made against you. Additionally, any saving throw you make to resist any effect that would sense your emotions or read your thoughts is made with advantage. The idea is Professor. Oh, okay. Nice. Chaotic Mind. Additionally, any saving throw you make to resist any effect. Okay. Okay, cool. Wild Surge. Moment great stress. Enhance your powers by achieving the state where your emotions run wildly. Once during a long rest of bonus, you can enter this state for 1 minute. And what do we get? While it is a state, whenever you make an ability check, attack roll, saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. As an action, you can choose to share this state with a creature within 10 feet of you until the start of your next turn. Your creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the next ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. You can use this feature a number of times equal to half your proficiency bonus. Round it down. You gain all expended uses when you finish the long rest. I really like that Wild Surge feature. Holy, that is awesome. I actually really like that as like a cool supportive feature where, yeah, you're gonna kind of buff stuff, but if you're within proximity to somebody else, boom, I'm gonna make you better. I'm gonna make you do cool stuff. Psychic Surge. The moment you unleash your emotions. That was getting updated, not destructive enough. Oh, if you change that, I would like to see this somewhere, because I think that's cool. Just sharing your mental state to empower somebody else and then giving them even that little bonus. That's pretty fun. Okay, Sonic Surge. The moment you unleash your emotions, your sonic power increases temporarily. When you activate your Wild Surge feature, you gain 3 additional psychic energy dice, which vanish at the end of your turn. Oh, okay. Unleash Chaos. Chaos Bolt. Okay, this spell doesn't... Okay, cool. Alright. Yeah. If this was supposed to be like the Power Unleashed subclass, or Jean Grey is going like full Phoenix... Yeah, I think you're right when you're saying it doesn't feel destructive enough. But in terms of mechanics, I really like how Wild Surge is like you enter this pretty much hyper state of psionic ability, and are able to influence other people while you're in that state. I think that's cool. Shoot. Okay. I'm really gravitating towards collective because I know we're going to be in a dungeon-esque trap and puzzle sort of one shot. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go with collective. I think that's gonna be the most useful for what the adventure I'm understanding is gonna do. So, awaken, collective, psychic. We're going with Little Goblino. So we're gonna go with this. I'll find an actual name for this character. Yeah, Darel, I'm really liking this. Yeah. The classes are flavorful. I do think you're right on the money, though, that the Wilder, and you and I were talking about it, does need to be more dangerous, I guess, like to get that fantasy you want to come through. Because this Wild Surge is very supportive. but at least so far they all feel very distinct on what they're wanting to do. And I wouldn't mind seeing if you're wanting that area of self-destructive power. Maybe Awakening of the Wilder could be a sonic AoE damage the class. Like everything's centered on you and you're just, you know, the thing that's unleashing the damage. Because I'm trying to think of like the playstyles, all the other ones, like, so that it does differentiate its playstyle a little bit. That might be something the direction you want to take with that one. Okay, Awakening. Okay. We're gonna go with Mind Link. I just have to put the reference pages on here, so I'm gonna probably go back later. Unleash Very Havoc. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting like excited to actually like really play this. This looks like a lot of fun. Shared proficiencies. And the thing is, I tend to play characters that are still very team supportive, but I like playing marshals, to be honest. Like playing a supporter, not a supporter marshal, but play a certain role that can help support the team like in a major way as a marshal. Like spellcasting's cool. Obviously it's super powerful, but finding a way to use the action economy to manipulate the enemy's action economy, or like to control the area around people, that's why I kind of like playing tanks. It's always been something I really enjoyed, and also just trying to find ways to maximize my own action economy. There's always something that I have fun doing. Psychic Unity, here it is. Psychic Unity, page 7. And Psychic Protection. All page 7. Okay, cool. All right. I know we're running a little long, but we definitely need to jump into powers. Okay, so okay. Feats, no. Backgrounds, no. Okay, so we need to pick 14 powers, 6 talents, and then we also need to pick how many 6 talents, and then also 3 focuses. What edition did I start gaming with? Officially hardcore 5th. I did play 4th edition a couple times, like little one shots, but I never remembered it enough to have any impact on me. But to really get into the game, 5th. Okay. It is not something I wouldn't have not played. It's just the kind of stuff I was kind of into more at the time wasn't like really D&D. Obviously PC gaming and gaming in general is where a lot more of my focus was, and Magic the Gathering. That's a lot of where I prefer to play, and then it wasn't until we got tired of playing Magic after playing Magic on Fridays. So we'd go to our local game store and then play Magic the Gathering, Friday Night Magic, play against each other. And then after that, we'd just still hang out and play more Magic. And we kind of got tired of that. We're just like, one of our other buddies like, well, I run D&D. You guys want to try that out? And we're like, cool. From what I remember from 4E, having the option to choose a lot of different powers, yeah, it does kind of feel like 4E from what I remember. But a lot of this stuff, it translates into 5th edition spellcasting structure with a different name. So now I know really what these things are called. So I get focuses, so that's going to be our evocations, talents, which are going to be cantrips, and then powers are pretty much spells. So now that I kind of know like that level structure, I'm like, oh, okay, that equates to this. So it's not going to be filled any different. I mentioned it a little earlier that I think Darel's hitting the money on what kind of players are looking for, especially ones that are in franchise. Like I see this class, or the angle is like it's for people that are playing the game a long time, really want Sonics. They want a solid system for it. They want to have a lot of options, but not necessarily be have it overcomplicated and not difficult. They still want that 5th edition simplicity, and I think he found the right systems in the game already to kind of base this off of. Because now that I know that that's pretty much what they are, it's like, okay, well, I know what I'm I know what I can like look into and get a better idea of what I'm supposed to do with it. So I need 4 Sonic focuses. These passes. As a bonus, actually, I make a wisdom perception check with advantage to invisible creatures and objects to take visual illusions that perceive the original form or shape changer or transform creature. Yeah, I'm really liking the class. Not gonna lie, this feels a lot cooler than the Artificer. I want to do an Artificer video later that gonna kind of poo-poo on the class. Because yeah. Okay, focuses. All right. Okay. Okay, cool. When you roll this, should we get a number? I think I already know. Obviously, the way my buddy's probably going to run his dungeon, there's going to be some damage, and we're going to get into fights because I already know how my players, my teammates play. They like to fight, so I'm probably going to have bioprotection. Let me need to find the other sheet. Oh. Character details. Open with. Wrong one. Okay. Okay, cool. We want this. I want skin hardening. Hey, thanks, Zeph. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your input too. On the Discord, it's super helpful. I'm loving your ideas too, because it is helping me get into kind of back into it and really hear the class and the way to play. Because yeah, I definitely want people to play in a with the flavor, but also certain play styles for them. And your input has been super helpful. Okay. What I'm needing now, obviously, we're going to be in some sort of dungeon. So as a bonus action, you can make a wisdom perception checks with advantage to see invisible creatures, objects. Yes, we're going to be doing this. Okay, we need uno más. Okay. Okay. Mastering touch. You can use an intelligence to set up straight. Meditation. Okay. You have an advantage on the saving throws you make to avoid or end the poison condition yourself. You listen to any language for 1 minute until the end of your next long rest. You can speak that language fluently. Dang it. Okay. I kind of want to do auto reflexes. We'll keep it simple. Because we're going to go into combat. I already know. Okay. So we'll just do this. Okay. I already know. Okay. Spell sheet. We're going to be picking. Okay. What I'm going to do, because I'm already looking at the time. I know I'm going to have to wrap up like in the next 5 to 10. I'm just going to briefly go over like a quick overview of the spell-like features. Actually, Darel, if you're still there, pretty much list a bunch of them, or a few of them that you would want me to actually look and highlight to people. That would be helpful too. And then I'm gonna sit some time offline and sit and really read and pick it. I will probably put my character sheet up on the Discord so people can take a look. And also I probably will put it up somewhere on YouTube and stuff for it as well. All right, let's see. Okay, so these are the cantrip-like abilities. These are talents. Body affliction. You can afflict those it touches, make a melee with sonic attack against target you touch. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 necrotic damage until the start of your next turn. The creature must spend 1 extra foot of movement for every foot it moves. As you reach higher levels in this class, the amount of necrotic damage you deal increases. When you reach 5th level, and damage increases to 3d8s, and 11th level, increase to 4d10. Okay, cool. We'll look at those. Mighty Leap, Energy Manipulator, Weapon Sculpting, and Telekinetic Throw. Okay, cool. Look at those, and then also give me psychic powers that you'd want people to check out too, that I can put up on here. Okay, so we're going to look at Energy Manipulator, the first one there. Energy Manipulator. You can channel any type of elemental energy. As an action, you can target one creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 of acid, cold, fire, or lightning damage of your choice. As you reach... Ooh, okay, so you have to choose this... You choice whenever you finish a long rest. Okay, so you always have to kind of pick one, and every long rest you can change it. Oh, okay. That's cool. Okay. That one's really, really solid. Alright, let's go to Mighty Leap. You can use your telekinesis to jump higher than usual without suffering any detriment. The next time you jump before the start of your next turn, you can use your sonic energy to calculate the maximum psychic ability to calculate the maximum distance, but don't suffer falling damage from high jumps. Additionally, when you make a standing jump, you can jump the maximum distance. Ooh. Okay, so I'm assuming your spellcasting ability, your psychic ability would be this, so that would be at a +3 at this point, but it'd be a +5. Okay, I think to be a little clearer, to state whether it replaces using strength or not would help here too, when calculating calculating the jump distance. Other than that, this is fine. Mighty Leap's good. I'm probably gonna be taking it, to be honest. Telekinetic Throw. Your mind is strong enough to levitate objects and toss them at a target. As an action, you can lift one object that you could see within 30 feet of you that a creature is not wearing or wielding and that weighs up to 10 pounds. You can make a ranged attack to a target with the range of the object. On a hit, the object makes its respective amount of damage. Adds to your intelligence modifier to the damage instead of a strength or dexterity. As you reach levels in this class, you become more adept at levitating. Your level, you can attack twice with 2 different objects instead of 1. Okay. I get the wanting to use improvised weapons. You might want to actually have a hit die on here, or like an actual dice for the damage. And it's just it's for simplification. Because the problem with improvised weapons in general is just it's a lot of DM fiat on determining like how much damage a certain item is going to be. And for me, it's just more of a simplicity thing to not have people like look up or have that weird, awkward thing of saying, well, especially at later levels, because you're going to be able to use throw 2 things at people. It might just be something for the DM, just make it simple for people and be like, okay, that does a D4. Each of those do a D4. Or a D6, you know, just simplify it for them so it's a lot easier. But yeah, I like that. It's a mini catapult. It's fun. That's fun. Weapon sculpting. Whenever you manifest this power, you create an ectoplasmic construct that looks like a weapon. You can make one attack with it immediately. The weapon you can create takes the form of one-handed melee weapon of your choice, which lasts until the end of your turn. This weapon is considered a simple melee weapon, which you're proficient with. In addition, it has the finesse light thrown properties. Finally, the created weapon deals an amount of bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage. Equals one roll your psychic energy die. As you reach higher levels in this class, you become more adept at creating weapons. When you reach 5th level, you can roll 1 additional dice of damage. Finally, at 11th level, you can add another dice. This is just cool. Not gonna lie. That's just cool. I don't know if it's a cantrip level, but it's still cool. Shadow Blade is a very evocative spell at 2nd level. And it's this idea that you are summoning a special weapon made of shadow magic, and then you also have Flame Sword, which is also pretty sick. That's supposed to be similar. When is the PDF coming out for this one? You gotta ask Darel himself. You gotta ask Drunken Yoda for the psychic. You gotta ask him. It's currently in development. Okay, psychic powers. Let's look through these really quick. Brain fog. The target brain of your creature you can see within range, preventing it from focusing on a spell for the duration of this power. The creature cannot cast spells of 1st level or cantrips unless it succeeds a spell casting ability saving throw. If the creature is actively concentrating on a spell, it must succeed on a concentration saving throw against your sonic saving throw DC to keep concentrating on the spell. Ooh. Okay, so this is a counter spell. Pretty sick. Choke. Give me a sec. All right. Okay, sorry about that. All right, choke. Okay, we got a bunch of them. So I'm gonna pick choke, enhanced armor, telekinetic explosion, and psychic strike. We'll go with that because I gotta get going, guys. So choke. Choke. You could choose a creature you can see within range to remove the air out of the creature's lungs. When you manifest this power, and as an action, each round for the duration, you force the target into making a Constitution saving throw. On a failure, the creatures are restrained and choking. When the choke creature fails to save, free throw it over times equal to its Constitution modifier, it falls to 0 hit points. Oh, that's just messed up. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, okay. It takes 12 dice to do it. Okay, cool. This is Darth Vader, like just doing Darth Vader things. That's funny. I like that. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. That's cool. I like it. I probably would say instead of like taking the air out of creature's lungs, you're, you know, with a name like Choke, you're not necessarily taking the air out of their lungs. You're have a sonic grip on their throat. That's the only thing like I would change when in the description, but other than that, this is hilarious. This is awesome. All right, we're gonna look at enhanced armor, psionic strike, and then telekinetic explosion, and then I need to get going. I need to make some dinner. All right, enhanced armor. Okay, I'm really liking what you're doing, man. This is awesome, and I will definitely be providing feedback for you. Sometime, hopefully Sunday. All right, enhanced armor. You've learned how to modify the small nooks and crannies of your armor, allowing it to be easier to handle. An armor you can touch that imposes disadvantage on dexterity checks or has strength requirement no longer does. An armor you can touch that. Okay, now I had to reread it. You could probably just clean this up to be read a little bit easier. Got to read it a couple times. Armor you wear no longer imposes disadvantage on dexterity skill checks or has a strength requirement. Be an easier way to just kind of say it, but yeah, that's really simple. And it kind of takes a bite out of the artificer armor stealth, the stealth suit subclass. Or a little feature. Okay, we're gonna go Sonic Strike. Yeah, there's a lot of powers in here, guys. There's gonna be a lot of utility. You get to choose a lot of different things, and they have different dice costs. Yeah, this is kind of like the Luchador, in a way, with you're only gonna be held back on the option you take based on how many dice you have. So you can choose a bunch of big, heavy costed dice stuff, but it doesn't mean you're gonna be able to cast them. Right, so in the same way that's how the Luchador is. You're only gonna have a certain amount of dice, so yeah, you can choose all the options that cost 4 dice or cost a lot of dice to actually use, but doesn't mean you're gonna be using them a lot. You want to have to be able to use multiple options. You want to be mixing it up. Okay, Sonic Strike. Coded weapon in a sonic force until the start of your next turn. All attacks you make with a coded weapon deal an additional amount of force damage equal to 1 roll of your sonic energy die. Okay, damage enhancer. Bonus action to use it. Not bad. Good for people that want to play like a psionic gish. Like the little extra damage. And there's additional die here. Okay. And then let's look at the last one. Telekinetic explosion. You choose a point you can see within range. Psychic explosion creatures will be knocked away. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a strength saving throw. A target takes an amount of force damage equal to 1 roll of your sonic energy dice, is knocked prone and pushed back 20 feet on a failed saving throw. On a successful one, it only takes half damage. Or you can deal an additional die for force damage or pushback. Okay, cool. You can scale that. So it costs 6 die to roll. Okay, cool. And I'm assuming, just so I have this clear, Darel, the amount of energy die, sonic energy die you use for a one of these powers is the amount of damage you'll deal with that ability, right? So I'm assuming that's what that is, just to make it a bit clear. Other than that, and here's the appendix that will be included on how to create a psychic. And then a section on where psychics will fit into other official settings. So yeah, definitely excited. I'm looking forward to playing this. Looks like super fun. Gonna have a lot of options to be able to choose from. I will have a completed completed build by tonight. And for those of you guys that want to see it, you guys can go to the Discord. I will post up the character sheet there. It was only the cost. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I'll probably have you ask a bunch of questions, so for certain features then, for some clarity later. Other than that, guys, next week I'll try to stream. I'll put up an update on when I'll be able to. I know I'll have some time to do it. We'll continue the Luchador. We're gonna mine out these subclasses and get them squared away and like just done, and then get this thing finished and out on the guild. Other than that, only other thing I could say, if you haven't entered the contest, I'm giving away a free book on D&D Beyond. Go ahead and go to the link at the top. You can enter there. All you have to do is be sub to the channel, have a D&D Beyond account, and let me know in the comments of that video what your favorite D&D monster is and why. That's it. That's all you got to do. Really, really simple. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I need to go make some dinner. I'm starving. And yeah, until next time, you guys have a good one, and you guys take care. Peace.